Then, oh wait.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's been a little bit, but I'm happy to say that welcome to Goons and Goblins. Yeah, man, it's creepy and scary. Where we're going to continue where we left off on our adventure in Rexentrum. There's a lot to hit, a lot to go get back on. But as we left our exploding kobold heroes, I guess I'm still waiting for you to be heroes. Um,
What? Things.
um, I'm still waiting. I said what I said. All right. So I'm waiting for them to prove themselves in the Kumite, and then we could figure this out. Yeah, but last we left off, they're splitting up as always. As we have a three-way split. As I believe half the group is going to the library. We have two people heading to the Soldiers Academy, and someone's heading to jail. Um, as Leviticus just could not stop vandalizing the places that he was visiting.
Hey, I'll be back for that barkeep. Mark my
I mean,
words. That barkeep's gonna get it. I swear to God.
see,
Why is
yeah.
he staying up for 5 months?
Uh, if
Nothing
anyone
like
ever
prison.
wonders what I deal with, you see what I'm dealing with. Okay, we're gonna jump in and hope that everyone is good to go. Um, we are going to start with which one do I want to go with? We'll start with the archive people. We'll say you guys make it. Do we want to start with the archive people? I don't even know if I want to. We'll
Jail?
start, we'll start with the archive fee. Yeah, we'll start with jail. Leviticus is me and you.
Oh god.
We'll start. Jail. Uh, oh my god, I feel. Hold on a second. I got some stuff I gotta look up.
Hmm?
I forgot the guys' names. The cards.
One was like Italian or something,
It's
right?
Talos and
Italians.
what was it, Jim? It's like the
No,
Oh,
it's
weirdest.
Jimbo.
Jim.
It's not Jim. Jim from The Office?
Well, well, you okay? So you're being carried away to the jail, and you it's gonna be a pretty uncomfortable ride as you're gonna be handcuffed the entire way there. Is there anything you want to say or do to to the people to Talos who is currently driving?
So there's Talos, and then there's
His
Jim.
partner, yeah,
Whitestone
I'm
Andy.
yeah,
just gonna call him Jim.
yeah.
I'm gonna sense the awkwardness in the situation. Just go. Nice weather we're having. Hmm? I'm just gonna look at Jim. Nice weather.
You get nothing. You just hear the clomping of the horse. Just
Hey, nice weather, Talos.
it's just over and over. You get nothing.
I see
You,
how
got,
it is.
you gotta say anything
It
else?
wasn't before I got arrested. Alsis used.
That lasts for 1 minute.
I know, but still, like we made him seem some sort of reason. Does he just automatically go? Oh no, wait, he's guilty.
I failed or some shit like that, or he persevered, and that's how.
So she tried it on both of them. One of them got caught with it, and that guy was pretty agreeable. But the second the spell wears off, he's aware that a spell was put on him, and he comes back to reason. So he's not only back, but he's kind of pissed.
Oh, I was kind of getting with him too. All right, yeah, I'm just not gonna say anything else then.
And that's where we're gonna cut off between those guys. just a quick like check in with those guys as they go by. So we reached you guys reached the Rexentrum archive, right? And as you pull up, it has like a lot of the aesthetic similarities to the Zadash version, which is like this giant fucking library slash temple looking thing. Like if you could mix those two type of architectures together, like that's what you would get here. The difference is the Rexentrum archive dwarfs the size of the Zadash archive by quite a margin. This is the biggest. This is the biggest Cobalt Soul archive there is. This is
Oh.
it. This is the creme de la creme. This is like headquarters, base operations, the flagship place. So pulling up here is it's a big deal. It's a big deal here. And as I assume you guys are just gonna go in, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So as you open the door and you go in, uh, first of all, things are a little bit more ornate. You could tell that because this is the capital. There's a lot more. The architecture, obviously, the architecture style that we went over is a lot different than in other places. So it's a lot better built. I'm just gonna be honest. It just looks fucking better inside. Wider. It's like these like circular hallways full of books that are just like lined up of all shapes and sizes. Um, and for Navi, this is like you know what this is. This looks familiar. This is very a comfy setting for you. It has a very similar like front desk that the Zadash one has, where like there's somebody sitting there. But because it's much bigger, like there are like multiple people scattered, and this place is so much more. Um, this place is very busy. Like there are people in the back actively like reading books at desks and like being escorted around by the other Cobalt Soul monks, the archivists who are around, kind of manning all the kind of things. So when you come in, you see what exactly are you watching? Hold up. Okay, cool. You go up and at the front desk, you know that there is an archivist that I don't think you know them per se. I'm gonna say you don't really have that much familiarity with the people here. You just know of its importance, and you know the person who is very important here, which is the high curator of the Rexingtrim archive, who is Udala Fawn, a half elf woman. She is head honcho. Other her um and the main Cobalt Soul archive over in Taldore are the two big ones. So they're kind of like equal footing. But the person who's equal to her is on a different continent, so she's irrelevant.
Hmm.
So when it comes to the Cobalt Soul, this is like we met Groon for the core church. Like this is their Groon. Like, this is their person here. So this is the head honcho. That is somewhere here. You don't know if they're here or not, but this is where they work out of. So what do you want to do when you get in?
I have Alsace. Who else? D's, you're with me too,
Yeah.
right?
No, Dick. D's is with James.
Got it. So us three. Uh, pleasure. My name is Navi Lequestrum. I'm from the Zadash branch. Um, I'm in town. Just wondering if I could use the facilities.
Yeah, and as you go up, you see this half elven man, kind of just a little older. Like I would say he's around like your age. I would say like mid 40s
Mm-hmm.
would be kind of where we're going. Very scholarly look, kind of shorter hair, clean cut, just ready to go. Looks very professional for where he's at, and he goes, yes, of course. My name is Archivist Desand, and yeah, you are free to walk the halls as you wish, and your friends may, as long as you are escorting them around.
Thank you. You just answered my next question.
Yes. And he kind of like he opens up the little back hat, like the back door, to be like, "Come on in," and you guys get access to what you need in the library. As you go through the library, and you understand that if people wanted to use this library, they would actually have to pay to come in. There is a fee. Considering all the knowledge and the fact that um, there are detractors of the Cobalt Soul within the Empire, specifically the Cerberus Assembly, and this is the home of the Cerberus Assembly. They have to be a little bit more protective with their knowledge, a little bit more of a vetting kind of thing. But because you are an established Cobalt Soul member, they're just gonna let you in, and that's fine.
Got it. I'm gonna turn back. I'm like, so to what level do I have access to?
The base level, entry level will be exactly where you could stand. Members of the branch that are located here have access beyond that when granted by the High Curator.
Got it. Thank you very much. And I'll start walking towards the library.
Yeah, you got it. And like it's like not even that long. Like a few steps behind him is kind of when this big ass library begins. And we're talking multiple floors, private rooms to sit in, and you got like like monks, like low level common monks, kind of just walking around and like fucking checking people like a hawk, making sure nobody's doing what you can't do, which is stealing books. Uh, stealing books is the big one. That's a bad thing to do here. Yeah, making sure that they are completely vetted if they were to take any of the information out of this library too.
Got it. All right. So I'm gonna turn to the two of them. Guys, stay close. Whatever you need, let me know. I will help you find whatever you need. The only thing is that I'm the one who needs to go up and get it and present it to you. So I'm imagining there's like benches and probably like some
Absolutely.
solo chairs and stuff like that.
Absolutely, is the chairs with the little dividers as well. Like you got everything you would think. It has all the symptoms of a fucking library. Okay.
So I am going to see if there is like an open private area.
There is, yeah.
Absolutely. And then I want to sit in there, and then I'll turn to Dick and I'll say, "So, what are you guys looking for?"
Remind me. Did I already look up stuff about? Fuck, was it Draconia?
You did.
Yep.
Okay.
You did, but
Okay.
you have to remember, we're in a bigger library now, so
It's
it might
possible
be.
with a good. It's
Yeah.
possible with a good enough roll you could get new information.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Then I'll start there just so I can somehow
All right.
refresh my memory.
So Draconia. What about you, Dick?
Man,
Oh,
he's
no.
frozen in time.
Damn it! He was ready to talk.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
The headphones suck.
Can't hear you. Don't worry.
This is so addictive.
You might need to change it on Discord. Go to your settings, video and voice.
Yeah.
But so we'll come
Dick-
back to
Dick-
Dick.
Yeah, Dig is downloading into the game.
And I am going to try to find a book on Blade Garden.
Blade Garden.
Yes.
Interesting. You know the deal. Roll me an investigation.
And Alsace is rolling her own investigation, right?
Correct.
All right.
Oh shit.
I will guidance myself.
Sure. Go for it.
Fuck.
Your mother. Oh wait, investigation. I did intelligence. My bad.
That's fine.
You guys still can't hear me, right?
No, we got
I
you now.
I can hear you now.
All
Yeah.
right, so that's an 18 plus a D4, 4, so that's 22.
Okay.
There, it was something I wanted to look up, but I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, you wrote it down?
Yeah, there was something I wanted to look for, but I can't find.
Okay,
it.
so what is your total? 21?
22.
22. Ooh, okay. All right. So, let's see.
The
Okay. Give me one more second because I got to put up a lot of information about this place because I didn't think I was going to be asked about it, which is fine. It's okay. Okay, awesome. All right, so Blade Garden is technically it's like the closest settlement to the borders of of the Empire. It's kind of like the Blade Garden is the last stop you'll go on before you get to the Ashgard garrison, which is the main like front line of where the current war is taking place at the moment. It is the hub of like orcs and half orcs within the Empire as well, as it is the only place you'll find in the Empire where the majority of the people there are half orcs, and that humans are kind of like the minority there. This has always been like a border fight. Whenever tensions start, this is usually the place where a lot of the second. Why is it doing that to me? Okay. Got a lot of tabs to open. Yeah. This is always like the first one to get shit on, basically. So like everybody who is like not here in Rexingstrom, or all the resources that they're putting into the war is going through this place. So at this point in time, it's very, very busy. And that's pretty much it. Like there's not much to Blade Garden in that way. Do you have anything more specific that you want to know about it?
Refugees
Refugees.
or
Yeah, there are.
those seeking asylum.
Yeah, those seeking asylum definitely would be there if they came from the other side. If they came from the other side of the board, if they came from like the Kryn Dynasty, or just what is it, Eastern Windamnir. On their own, they would definitely be refugees, or there'd be like war prisoners. Like it's a military settlement, so just think that style.
So also, do they have maybe maybe some kind of like immigration like catalog, or some kind of records, like not in the book itself, or if is there a mention of them keeping something like that?
You would think that there's probably a log of that to some sort. You don't know what you have to do to get access to it,
Mm.
but you would think that in times where in a place that is perpetually in like a hot zone, that they would have logs of these type of things, just in case. Um, Considering that the empire is like this is a military empire, like they're a lot of their resources are put towards um put towards defense and prepping for wars, because they kind of just like see this coming. uh they are that you would think that they would be meticulous enough to have this information on hand if you were to try to ask for it.
Who runs it? Who runs Blade Garden?
Sure, good question. Okay, so Blade Garden is ran by two people that would be at the top of the food chain there. It would be the general of the Righteous Brand, which is General Kruf Durav, and also the Starosta Lehman Tufin.
Say that one more again.
Lehman Tufin.
Lehman Tufin. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, this will be like largest members of like the Crown's Guard and the Righteous Brand. So it's like we have the most police and military here as well. So there's like local, and then everybody else. Like when you were in Hupperduke, you did see some Righteous Brand, but it's mostly just Crown's Guard or like the local guard, which obviously Goldswaddle looked over. So like you can see, like as you look in there, there's a clear hierarchy between like what they cover and their jurisdiction.
Does it mention anything of any like a underground, like bad guys or stuff like that, like who runs like the underbelly of the city or anything like that? Would I be able to see that?
No. Uh, hmm. I don't think there is much of that going on. Like
Okay.
you don't get you get no whiff of that. You imagine there's an underground in every place you go to some extent, like someone going through some shit. But considering this is a like purely military, it has a population around 10,000 people, so it's not a small place. It is on the regular, like outside of wartime. So like with all the resources being pumped into it, you would imagine this number is maybe up by about 30 to 40% at this point.
Got it. What else was I gonna say? Any mention of like key figures, past and present?
Key figures. Well, I gave you the two key figures that you
Yep.
really need to know.
Got it.
Aside from that, nobody else is mentioned, but you imagine when you get into like the hierarchy of the military, you'll find some more people who might pop out when you get there. It's a matter of who's there at the moment and who's not. There's obviously like rotating stations there. So
Got it. I think that's good. I'm good with that.
awesome. Just all right. So what else and we're looking for Draconia.
I think I got 13.
13.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get anything new with that.
Yay, that's nice. I'll think of more specific question.
Yeah. Is there anything specific you do want to know? Maybe you could fall under there, that you don't already have, like any like a piece of information that you might want.
I guess like the fall of Draconia, or like if it was labeled a catastrophe or what?
Oh, it was an act of war. that
An
that
actual.
got that got Draconia locked down. I said this before, but I'll be more specific and just focus on it here. Um, about 24 years ago, um, over in Taldore, they were attacked by a group of dragons. And those dragons saw Draconia being a dragonborn kind of settlement, being very smart as a threat, and they shot down their floating capital, which crashed down on the rest of the ravine there and kind of lays in ruin, which is what forced a lot of the dragonborns to leave and seek refuge.
You know what? I want to see if I can find anything on Taldore then.
Oh my god, okay.
That's a lot. That's a whole continent. That's a whole
I gotta,
world.
I gotta open the other source book. All right.
I mean, they had to have a reason other than like you're a threat.
Well, I'm gonna just say they don't, and they really didn't.
Mm.
They didn't like them. Like
Just for character development for all of them.
they got blown the fuck up. That's what happened, and nobody really cared because it was like you guys are a slave nation. I don't really gave a fuck. You and your floating capital can go to hell, even though because they had like they're very rich there, and it's like a lot of old money in Draconia. So, so like you could tell a lot of the. I guess what I will say is because that is also information I already gave.
Yeah.
What I will say is that you do get information and like an inkling that some of the nobles that were in charge of Draconia are still trying to like plant roots in other civilizations to try to get power back. So you could tell they're still very active, is what you get. Like the Draconia has fallen, but its people have not, and it's the most disgusting thing in the world.
And they're still trying to implement that whole like, let's just get the slave, let's get enslaved folks.
I think it's more like a cling to power, like desperation. Like we lost everything, but we still have money. So in terms of like we have places that maybe we have homes that were not in Draconia, or like we had like offshore bank accounts that were the equivalent. Like we had money that was not directly in our home. So when everything fell, we had a place to go, kind of thing. So you know for a fact that there are nobles hiding scattered around the continent.
All right.
So if you see a dragonborn with a tail,
Looking nice, right? Or are they
Yeah.
gonna try to?
hey man, you're an outlier when it comes to that. A lot of the dragonborns with tails were the nobles. So
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the dragon ones that came across like have no tails, right?
you haven't come across a dragonborn with a tail yet.
And you would have said so, yeah.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah. Hmm.
damn. I'll still look up Tal'Doria then, even though they're in a whole other continent.
Okay,
Just something
Dick, what do we got? Something, please.
for the story.
Nick wants to read about like like prestigious wrestling families.
It's not in the cards, I guess.
She got that natty.
Well, keep in mind, like as I always say, whenever you look up a book, this is several hours of research you're doing. So
Get
like,
my
it's not like the instant. Like we'll just go to the next one. we have to balance the resource some way.
I'm frustrated. I can't find anything.
Okay.
Dick wants to do some like detective work on some on like wrestling and
Give me an investigation check and see if you find any books on anything wrestling related.
Hmm.
that was almost cool.
15. Ooh. Okay. Now I gotta open up my email. All right.
I got a question when you're done with this.
I gotta open everything up. Okay. Let's see.
That's what happens when you give us a month to prepare.
Man, y'all didn't prepare. Don't give me that shit.
Fucking
What?
Vontae.
Damn. Okay. Nope.
Ugh. Oh god.
Okay. I found what I'm looking for.
Yay.
Okay. So, wrestling. So you're looking around, right? Okay. No problem, man. Okay, so you're looking around for these books, and you're just trying to find out whatever it is you can about wrestling in general. A lot of what you'll find is kind of stuff you've already known to a certain extent, in terms of like, where wrestling is the biggest in the empire, and it's your hometown. Zadash is where it's at, because you have the Zadash Championship Wrestling League, that is there, who who is currently, like, the title is currently held by your rival. Like, um but you do look in, like, the list of champions, right? The list of champions for this federation, and the very first one kind of catches your eye, because you asked about this to Jadavion a while ago, and it was my guy Debuho, my boy, right? And you see that he was the very first champion in the Zadash Championship Wrestling, and has also to this day is the longest holder of that title. Uh, so with that, like, the fact that someone who is detached, not even from that hometown, would know who that is, you get a feeling that this is a big deal. So probably maybe not a family, but who the star, who the Hulk Hogan of this place would be, basically. And you do also, that he never relinquished his title. He just left with it, and you know why this is, because you know the story about the Claret orders, and what happened, and how they're hunting down changelings, and how they went into hiding, and he was one of them that just disappeared off the face of the earth because he didn't want to die. So so he's gone, and no one knows where the fuck he is. And that's basically what you're getting here. You're getting a lot of information on this one guy, because there is a lot of information on him, in terms of, like, he defended his title against so many, like, of the greats, and, like, no one can be as good as him. And you get a whole bunch of, like, fan posters that are inside this book and things like that. Like, the, like, the old school posters for like advertising the wrestling, like the lucha libre posters that they used to have. He has a lot of that style of him just, like, perched on the top rope with his hands folded. There's a lot of that with his pristine owl mask that he donned. Um, Looks kind of similar to yours.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Quite.
yeah, and it goes on to name and, like, give you a little bit of, like, the older wrestlers, the people of the old guard. Like, there was a lizard folk gentleman named Jake Roberts, and there was, like, a Goliath named the Big Show, and a Genasi, a Earth Genasi named The Rock. So, and it's cool. Yeah. It's also weirdly this, like, really small group of gnomes that were all, like, guns, and they called themselves the Bullet Club. It's very awkward. Um and a footnote in history, but they were there. By the way, that was prepped. That was something I
Right.
actually had written
I'm
down.
like, if you did that off the top of your head just now, like,
No,
dang.
that's legitimately been in my notes for months.
But like, where's Andre the Giant? The literal giant.
Nah, we
That's
ain't doing
Big
that.
Show.
The Big Show.
No, but that's a Goliath. Talk about
Yeah.
a giant.
Oh.
Goliaths are half giants. That's what they are.
Hmm.
In case you didn't know, like, that's why they're big. Half giants. So yeah, that's what you get. You get a lot more on the guy that you've heard a lot about before. But just more context. You really get to, like, live in the legend, and, like, how influential it was, and how he brought fucking prestige to the championship wrestling scene, and how it's bursted ever since he was there. And his sudden disappearance has only added to the mystique.
Oh, it's
Where could he be? When will he return? Is this a work, or is it a shoot, brother? Like, that basically what you're trying to figure out. So that's what you get out of this.
It gotta be a work. It gotta.
I'm gonna leave for mad years.
A
'Cause it's
work?
A work means that it's just, like, in character, like it's in his
Yeah.
wrestling character. A shoot means that it's, like, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for the inside baseball. over here.
This
I
is
was just over
gimmick
here
infringement.
Googling. I was like, wrestling
Lingo.
terms.
Yeah,
Damn
yeah.
it, that was my line. That was my gimmick. Damn it.
It is a shoot, brother. Yeah. So you guys
Listen,
are
all
left.
you marks.
So you guys are left there reading through your books, right? And Volante came back at the very right time because we're gonna switch to Deez and James. As you are both getting off of your D&D Uber, um, as he goes, hey, just call me anytime. I just figure it out. We have a lot more to talk about. At this point, he's talked your head off about like life, his hometown, what he's been through, all his
Oh,
failed
yeah.
careers. He's divorced, like all of the above, like everything you could think of. He gave to you. Like you are exhausted from just listening to this man like vent his soul to you.
But did he ask him for a prayer?
Oh Lord, I'm not even gonna ask for that.
I'm not letting you out till you pray to Palor with me. In Palor's light, he guides us
So
through
Yep.
through all of our turbulence. He'll guide us
I got it.
through.
number.
I got the. I just slide out.
Look,
Just
you're not gonna give me the number. I need to write down the digit so I can return back to where I came from.
Like the horse is already going, and and as it's going, he looks back at these. He's just like this. The light of Palor hits everybody.
All right, praise Taylor.
yep,
All right,
yeah. Paleontology. Yep.
Paylor's good all
Palor's
the time.
Palor's big shit, by the way. Everywhere you go, you see Palor iconography. That's the big kahuna in this place
Oh.
for sure. For sure. Big god, very good god, god of light, life, all that kind of stuff. He's the done data of what we're doing here, right? So now I got more stuff to open up. This is fun.
Oh,
Actually, can you guys give me religion checks?
Who?
Wait.
Oh God. Oh wait, I'm a monk.
Everybody?
No, the people who are just D's and
Oh.
James.
I do not have plus
22.
religion because I'm not that kind of monk.
Damn, 22.
Ooh,
And
16.
16.
I'm not
Jesus. Okay. Because you saw so many Palor signs, which is basically the symbol of a sun inside of a pendant. So like you see that a lot. It's like stained glass. It's like a stained glass sun with with a background. It's very pretty. And I thought being that you saw so much of it might proc a religion check. Maybe something comes to mind. Palor, good god for sure. He's all about being vigilant against evil. I'll just read off some of his commandments because he's probably doing that. He has 3 of them because every god in here has 3 commandments. But the first one is be ever vigilant for evil. People are quick to forget the lessons of the past. The second one is help relieve the suffering of the innocent. And the third one is deliver the light of Palor where darkness dwells with kindness, compassion, and mercy.
Okay.
Those are
He seems chill.
he's really about. There's really nothing. His all other name is called the Dawn Father. Like everybody has their like altar, like their name and then like their title. Like we have the Storm Lord, we have the Dawn Father, we have the Knowing Mistress who is Ioun. Yeah, we have those type of things, and they also have their holy day, which is called High Summer. It's actually it's weird because it's such a militaristic nation. High Summer is actually used as a way to enlist people into the military. It's a holiday that they use
Like one of
as
those base days.
they use it as propaganda to hire people into the military.
Enlistment day.
Enlist under the light of Palor so you can protect the innocent.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a good idea. Just thought I'd give you that kind of knowledge because that's kind of fun stuff, and I haven't really got the chance to talk about Palor. He's really cool. So,
Love to
okay.
see it.
So as you get out of your, as you are left in front, you are left with the massive campus that is the Soltris Academy. As this is less of a school and more of like a college campus, big time, like think Division 1 football campus kind of thing. We're talking this is like multiple blocks. It's fucking huge, right? And it's also beautiful. This building, like it's so big that you can only really see the building that's directly in front of you. You can't really see what the layout is beyond it from here. The only thing that you can see is like these marble towers that are sticking out from like the ends. They're very big, and you've actually seen them. You've actually been able to see them from every point of Rexentrum that you've been at. The way the architecture is set up is that they're always present no matter where you are. It's an interesting kind of like optical kind of illusion thing, but it is pretty freaking sick and it looks good. And there's like giant marble building that is surrounded by gardens in every direction. While it just looks fucking beautiful and uh, gives out that feeling of prestige and importance. So you know this is a big deal for the Empire in general.
So
Um,
pretentious.
so as you like climb the steps and because there's like a step, well there's a flight of stairs and then you get to like the walkway. There's a small walkway and as you approach the door just opens as you're going. And for you, James, you understand this. This looks identical to your visit to the Hall of Erudition in Zadash. As you could tell, a lot of the same magic that's enchanted that building has been done to a way larger scale here. This is like in your fucking face. We are magic. like everything about it. Like you don't need to detect magic to know that probably every square inch of this some bitch is magic. Like there's some type of magic on everything that you're doing here. Yeah. So and as it opens, it actually reveals a very busy like main hall. As like students are coming up and down, like disappearing into staircases up to go to their next classes and like all over the building. And like as you're entering, there's this booth. It's like right next to the door, very small booth. And you see this old gentleman, almost look like almost like a train conductor kind of dude. And he goes, uh, welcome to the Soldiers Academy. I've never seen you before. How can I be of assistance?
Um, my friend and I wanted to, I guess, tour the premises, see what this whole thing is about, possibly speak to the headmaster, just seeing because this is a large architectural marvel. I mean, as soon as I entered Rexentrum, I could see it. I haven't stopped seeing it since. I just needed to see how vast this is, how deep it goes.
I have a question. Is this like an academy that anyone can go to, or like you have to know someone to go? Okay, yeah. Because then I want to ask them like, can we get
A-
a campus tour?
As soon as you
Because I think I
finish,
want to go there.
as soon as James finished saying like what he wants out of this, the guy like goes right into like tour guide mode, but he doesn't move. He's just right there. He's like he's good. You get the feeling this guy's gonna try to answer all your questions in the next bit that he's about to say. He's like, the Soldiers Academy is the most prestigious school within the Empire. You requires an invitation, and we're here to mold the greatest minds of magic for the future of the Empire.
Okay, cool. Can I stop you real quick though? We know the brochure. We want to actually see the academy. You know, see the lay of the land, so I can envision myself throwing a frisbee or D&D equivalent of a frisbee.
And frisbees, don't worry.
Is
uh,
that permissible?
may I ask who you are?
I look at James.
James Grundelwald, these Hans.
Okay. And I
Okay.
know we're gonna do fake names because those ones say my name is Hans
Okay.
D's.
He reaches under like his little booth. And he takes out a sending stone, and you
Ah,
can see him just talk. You can see him talking into it, and just waiting for a response.
I'm just triggered by the name Sending Stone.
And you're just there for a little bit as like everybody's passing you by, no one's paying you any mind, and this guy's just like. Did you say you wanted to meet with the headmaster?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, all right. He gets out of his booth and he comes over to the side and he tells you to get into the booth.
You want to go
Okay.
into the?
I no hesitation. Just walk
This
into
is
the booth.
Harry Potter
I
right
pause for
now.
a second because I'm like, hold up. If we go to meet the head, is he under the booth or like? It,
I just stick my head out. You gotta believe.
Please, miss, just get into the booth.
I
I-
I go in hesitantly.
This sounds
Alright.
like some free candy shit if I ever seen it.
You guys get into the booth. There's not that much space. He closes the door, and like as he closes the door, you blink and you're in a different room. And as you and there's no booth around you. You're just in the middle of the floor, like of a completely different section. You don't even know if you're still on campus or not. But you're in a room and it's
The
a narrow.
technology.
it's a narrow hallway, like very well lit, nothing ominous
Stop.
about it, right? It's
Let
like
go.
a narrow hallway leading to like a double door room.
Hmm. I'm still
Scared
slightly
yet,
shocked
D?
about us just being here. Weren't
That
we
makes
just
sense.
in a booth, a cabinet, and now we're you know
Yeah.
what? I'm not gonna question
You
it.
know
It's,
when
it's magic.
I was gonna say something crazy. Let me just go do these doors.
Yeah, and as you like open the door, you're met with this like huge office space, with a gentleman, a human gentleman, sitting in the center desk, a very big desk. Looks almost like a presidential desk if we're talking about like scale and like how ridiculous it may look for someone to have this. But you know, it's the usual setup. Bookshelves all around, just someone sitting down doing paperwork, and like he looks up and he greets you. He's like, "Welcome," and you see him. He's how to put this? He doesn't look like weathered or anything. Looks like for someone who's very much in his prime and someone of high esteem. But you could tell he's very well worked. Like you could tell he's always just on it. Very strict, very uptight, very pinned up kind of person. As he's wearing his Cerberus assembly garb, completely, and he's like, "Welcome, take a seat." And it's funny because there's like no seats there, but as he says take a seat and his hands go, like the chairs from the side of the room kind of come like perpendicular, like parallel to each other to greet you.
It's like
We'll take
before
the
the
chairs
seat
back.
appears, I already start falling into the sitting motion as soon as he says take a seat.
Yeah, and it catches you perfectly. Like there's like no missed moment here as you are dealing with a true archmage.
This is some Thor Ragnarok shit
I
with
am
Doctor
I am
Strange.
hesitant to sit in these chairs, but I do
Well,
it.
He's like, James, Dees, I heard you wanted to speak to me, and I was ever so curious about why that might be. As he's looking at you intently, like he's very curious about why you're here.
Do you know who we are?
I know very much who you are. Names have popped up more times than I would have hoped over the last month or so. I'm just wondering why you decided to grace me with your presence.
well, Headmaster Moglin, I feel like I'm a man that needs to get information from high and from low, and I've searched very, very high just recently, and I have gotten no answers. But I just wanted to work things on a smaller scale, see what I could get. See, if I knock on the right door, see if something might, you know, come of it.
Signs of a smart man. What exactly are you trying to get?
Loaded question. I assume you're familiar with our adventuring with the
Before
incident in
before you start out
Oh,
of game,
sorry.
I'm gonna remind you
Oh,
that
uh-oh.
the information was spread very specifically about everything that happened in No Deslo. Just because it's just been a very long time. I just
Oh.
want to do that before you start going fucking in.
before I start like dead explaining the story real quick.
Yeah. And you just like out everybody. You're just like, oh, you guys are looking for what? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, okay. So let me pull back. I'm gonna stop at me saying I know you're familiar with our adventuring. Uh but recently we've been involved in hmm, how do I put it? A very interesting situation. No, very interesting position. Okay. We get called in for a favor. We're put, I guess, a small war zone and everything pops off. I mean, we have people working from Tiamat, weird creatures just popping out of the wazoo, doing all sorts of spell casting that I didn't see happening. And at the middle of it, us. Do you know what's going on around here? Are you familiar with the things that are happening outside of here? Just or is this your main focus?
Hmm. He looks a little like he understands you're purposely being vague. Like that's the look on his face. He understands that there's a purpose to what you're saying and like very deliberate phrasing here. Um, and he goes, "I'm afraid the academy takes up pretty much all of my time.
Hmm.
Um, we are currently fast tracking students out of the academy so they could join the front line of the war.
So undertrade?
Necessary.
Hmm.
So to make sure we don't have people who are less than qualified out there, I have to micromanage a lot more than usual." But you say Tiamat. Interesting name.
Why is it interesting to you?
Well, everyone knows of the Scale Tyrant. I don't really have to go into that, do I?
To be running into a lot of their followers lately.
Hmm. Simple cultists. It's pretty common for all the betrayer gods.
Cultists is one thing. I mean, again, I probably wildly underrated, but literally yesterday ran into uh ran into a follower of Tiamat at an establishment that he owned. Wow.
Give me an insight check.
Oh.
Come on. Oh shit. Can
He seems interested in what you're saying, but it's hard to get anything past that. Establishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be naive for us to think that followers of the betrayer gods have no power anywhere. What kind of establishment does this person own?
it's and
So well,
this place is no misnomer. Oh, you were saying D?
well, so it's an establishment. Mm,
I, I,
you can get a
I,
lot of things there.
I
Do a
believe
lot
we,
of things.
I believe we've established that already.
For a
Um,
learned man, you can't read between the lines.
why should I have to?
I
You come
won't
to
come out
me
and
and
say
you
it.
you speak vague. Speak your mind and tell me exactly what you want.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. He owns pretty much the better sin. You probably haven't heard of it because you've been at the school lately, and I hope none of your students have been there.
Students live on campus, but I don't know every move they make.
Hmm. Well, it's a place you wouldn't want your students there. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you have the coin.
Hmm.
I think at this point he's looking a little confused because he's not seeing the point. You're he understands what you're saying and that's cool. But why are you here? Like in front of him right now when given the chance. And he'll come out and say, he's like, "I've heard your names. You are obviously accomplished adventurers. accomplished in combat, as I can tell by your appearance. I'm just wondering how I'm involved in that. I assume there are better people you could go to for this.
Personally, I can't speak for these here. Personally, I'm here for two reasons.
Okay.
Number one, to see what type of people the members of the Cerberus Assembly are. Baseline.
Innovators.
Ah, hmm?
Innovators. If you want a
Hmm.
word that will boil the Cerberus Assembly down, it's innovators. Maybe an oversimplification, but it's a good way to. It's a good shorthand.
Okay.
And so far, that much is true. You are the second member that I've met so far. And the more and more I stay around people of your ilk, I want to help in any way I can because I feel like our goals align here. I want to develop the future of arcanotech, weaponry, anything that has to do with magic. I want to continue and push it forward. And I see that in all of you at the moment. However, I've heard, number two, some things that may have made me nervous. I hear that somebody new and could be involved in the recent event that I've just spoken about. And I need to know.
Hey,
You want the truth? Here is the truth.
And I'm just here as backup.
give
I
me
mean,
a persuasion with advantage.
Ooh. I'm gonna believe that I was the advantage. That I said I was backup to
fuck, I
help.
needed that advantage. 14.
Um, he went from like looking intent to like full glare, like someone involved, and he kind of like leans forward.
Is
What
the glare?
exactly?
Oh, go
And
ahead.
what exactly are they involved in? What have they done?
Can I tell if the glare is like one of those glares, like you know what? Is the glare of like interest, or is
Inside
it
check.
a glare?
Inside check.
Never mind.
Jesus Christ. Can I do it
Yeah, go
before
for
I
it.
say something
Go
else?
go go
Because
for
I'm
it. Go
about
for
to,
it.
I
Go
feel
for it.
like I
I
have
was
a
so
kind of
high. That
feeling.
was a natural one.
Oh man.
You can tell
You know what?
he's glaring,
This
he's angry, but you can't really tell what is motivating this anger. You don't really know him very well. He's been straightforward almost to a fault. Like it's hard.
I was
yeah,
so hyped. I had
and
+6.
yeah. Okay. So let me watch it again just to be safe. But what exactly are you what exactly am I talking about? Involved in what? Well, the war zone that I was involved in hmm, was a puppet master show. And I hear that one of y'all were pulling the string. I'm not saying you, nor am I saying it to be anybody. In fact, I have a pretty good feeling I might not get anything out of it. I just want what you know, if that is permissible, so that I could just go forward and continue it, continue with dealing with this problem. Since
And yeah, go for it.
at the moment I'm the only one and we're the only ones on our own side with this. and we have things we need to do. Very powerful people involved, and we have to take
And at this point, he is. I think what you're saying has kind of changed his demeanor, and instead of leaning forward, almost like ready to attack, in a way, he's now like leaned back in his chair and has that very like scholarly, like quizzical look on his face, and he goes, "And what do you get out of this?"
Safety and security in the nation,
peace,
which I lived in.
prosperity.
And I need another persuasion check with advantage from one of you.
I'm not that charismatic, so
Hey, I'll take my plus for another spin. We'll see what we got here. Oh, I use perception, dummy. Still the same boost though, but I go with the 14
Okay. And he
because
goes,
I
"So
can't get any better than 14.
seems that way." Uh, and he's like, "So you want to protect the empire, is what you're saying?"
in a roundabout way, kinda. I want to protect myself, but I also live in the empire, so hand in hand.
And I'm the world's greatest bounty hunter, and for me right now, that's my biggest bounty.
If that's true, I guarantee hunting down a Cerberus assembly member is going to be the greatest bounty you've ever gone after. I'm afraid I can't direct you in a direction of someone who might be involved in this, because it could be any of us.
Is
And
it you?
he looks you dead in his eyes. He's just like, "You have no reason to trust me beyond this conversation. And I'm telling you right now, I'm capable of doing that."
That
But
is
would you do?
honestly understandable.
I don't know what their goals are, but teaming with Tiamat followers, if it would protect a nation, yeah, I would.
Hmm.
Do you see fault in that logic?
Or-
He's just waiting for someone to challenge him. He's like, "You see fault in that logic?" No. Okay.
No, I don't. I just maybe I'm making an inference here. I look him up and down. Not to be insulting, I don't feel like him type. You look straightforward. You look you look like a man that'll do exactly what it needs to be done at the time it needs to be done. That was an act of chaos. Doesn't read well on you.
Hmm. And he starts pondering the idea of like what you've said to him and is processing it, as he doesn't give you a response to what you just said, as if he's kind of just taking it in. And he goes, "Tiamat, greed is the main tenet of a Tiamat follower. So they're looking to get something. Now, what could the Tiamat group have that a Cerberus assembly group doesn't?"
Vestige, maybe. As I'm looking up to the ceiling.
I read about the Hupperduke incident. The Vestige was involved in that. Are you aware of how rare it is for one of those to come out and be found?
Well, I'd assume artifacts don't come around very often.
Artifacts lost to the Calamity are one of the main focuses of all types of researchers within the continent, not just the Empire. Everyone's looking for them. They were weapons and artifacts given to champions to represent the gods in those wars. Their power and the divination infused in them is unrivaled.
Do you see my urgency?
I see it. It's just hard to convince the Empire to move in that direction with a war staring in our face.
Why I came. That's why I'm starting here with you. Not to ask the big guy up there, but to ask the people that are instruments in real change. Can you help me and my party institute real change? Or could you point me in the direction of a member that could help me change first?
Persuasion check advantage one last time.
Come on,
Because you are
please.
honestly speaking to what this guy wants to hear.
Oh my God, give me something. Oh,
Wait, power friendship. Yes.
There we go.
Ah, finally. Wait.
You know what?
No.
Jelly secretly like that.
Oh, oof. I was about to say, you
Not,
know what? Nah,
not
don't
secretly.
count.
It's not a secret. Let's get somewhere.
I'm smirking, bro. I'm smirking.
You are appealing to the one thing that appeals to this man. Because a lot of other angles that have been like, so you're wasting my time. It's just kind of the general thing. His
That's my
response,
MO.
he goes, I'm not sure how I could directly involve myself in this without alarming. And you're sure that it's someone in the assembly. Positive.
With that, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure in my notes that somebody was involved for real and really.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm 90% sure.
Yeah, I was good. I'd say it would at least 90% sure. I
Okay.
agree with these.
Problem with it is it could be anybody for any number of reasons. Everybody in the Cerberus assembly wants something. We're all searching for something. As I said, we're innovators, and to innovate, we need resources and inspiration and things that other people don't have, so we can push it. You speak about innovation. We are doing our best here to innovate in the arcane field whenever we can. Um, the invention of new spells often comes out of this building. Uh, but for everybody else, it would be their exact field. You mentioned that you fought creatures.
More like toads, very tall toads with spell casting abilities, able to
Yeah.
take memories off of people.
Yeah.
And create shadows.
If you're looking for that, if you're looking for more information on that, that is not my field of expertise. Um, Dualon will be able to help you with that. She's the one in charge of that weird ass research. She looks into creatures from different places, different realms. She would have, if anybody here is going to have knowledge on that, it's her. And maybe you might get more information talking to her directly. But I do advise just a bit of warning when you do talk to her. Try not to get offended.
How so?
She can
Like she gonna
be
say something be half orc or what?
she can be
Cause
very absent-minded. So if you're not coming with
Oh,
something interesting enough,
okay,
she might just zone out in the middle of the conversation.
okay.
trust me when I say this. I've seen absent minded and I know how to deal.
As I look, I'm like, I know it ain't me.
Need to roll the dice now. Need to roll the dice.
Oh God, no.
Okay. Natural 15.
Oh,
For a lot. um
For a shit ton. We
for
lit, boys.
for a bunch. Um So he goes, in directing you directly to personnel that might be involved in this, you know it's a small group. If you're sure that it's the Cerberus Assembly, you're not exactly there aren't exactly that many choices here. Um, so that's a good thing.
What?
You could use that to your advantage. What resources specifically are you trying to get from here, from me? What form of involvement do you need from me?
At the moment, you literally hear anything about Tiamat followers, uh, the people involved in the Hoppaduke incident, or anything having to do with any of your cohorts doing something a bit suspicious, that's about it. Going forward, maybe magical tech, but I'm an artificer, so I feel like we could work together on something here.
Give me a minute. Because you said something that might get you something a little bit.
It's okay. So
Yeah,
make it
you
straight.
you could talk while I'm looking for them.
Okay, so like artificers can, I know y'all can make things that
Yeah.
that
True.
that use magic and stuff. Could y'all turn things into magic? I want to get those. I'm trying to get those knuckles, those brass knuckles, thoughts and prayers.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I feel like this dude would know how to do that. What he would need from me in order to get that, that's another story. I just need to know if he's capable, or if that even is a thing, or if I like go to a store and find it.
You can go to the store and find it, but you can also you can possibly find it, but it's more likely to get a custom order for somebody to enchant it and actually make it a magic item.
Okay. 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 All right. So in my mind, Dave's gonna eventually do that.
Shit, I could do that right now.
Oh. Oof, excuse
Well,
me. All right.
that's my confidence speaking. I don't know anything really. I this is the first time I've ever heard of thoughts and prayers. Honestly, that sounds cool as hell,
It was brass knuckles. I remember one of them deals psychic damage, and the other one deals I forgot what the other one was. It was I saw it as a
bro.
meme, and I was like, I want this to be real.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yep.
What
One was
like
thoughts, and one was
psychic and
prayers.
radiant?
It's kind
Yeah,
of
that's what it
fire.
was. It was psychic and radiant.
Uh,
That sounds. Oh nah.
That's what I want.
let's see. I'm trying to
It's like,
figure it
oh,
out.
oh, oh.
Okay. He he says if you're looking for information on the things that you mentioned, which were followers of Tiamat, but repeat what you said, Tom?
The people involved in the Huppaduke incident and or any information that might seem suspicious about the other members of the Surface Assembly.
Okay. Hupperduke incident. So the Hupperduke incident, um the war pick of Tiamat was picked up. It's what we've come to understand. Exactly. While most of the well, first of all, we have it's been such a drawn out and kind of expensive endeavor to search out these calamity artifacts and try to find them, vestiges especially, because you don't know a lot of that information from that time was lost, so we're trying to just recover it. And but there was one other vestige that we know of that is out there. I just don't know where it's at, or else we'd have it. Like, um, and as he does this, he starts to talk about a mace, a bloody red mace. Um, it's a red and black mace that has shown up in multiple kind of times in history. In one of the early Cobalt Soul visits, Navi actually picked this out.
What was the
Um,
name
uh,
again?
it's just a mace. It's a black mace with like blood red accents on it. Um, and it was through the context clues of history, kind of implied to be a vestige, or to be more specifically one of the arms of the betrayers, which are vestiges that were given to champions of the betrayer
Oh.
gods. So the war pick of Tiamat would be considered an arm of the betrayer.
Ooh.
This also feels that way because there was this idea of people pick it up,
Mhm.
the way they act changes. It kind of like the way they move, the way they dictates, and there's like a certain sense of madness or loss of control involved in it. And there are certain people in history that have had that. The last one known to have it um, was a renegade member of the Claret Order.
Hmm. That's interesting. Hmm. Okay. There's that piece. I don't think it's that. I mean, we ran into members of the Clarid Order before. That was a incident on itself. But they didn't seem to have any vestiges. They seem to be after something else.
The Claret Order member we were able to get our hands on, following one that you've ran into actually. The chase you had in the middle of Zadash, very
Yeah.
fun. Ormid sent him directly to us,
Oh.
and we were able to pick his brain, and he didn't have any idea about the vestige.
Other personal question, while we're on the topic, why is Mr. Haas an outcast?
Yeah,
Or
he
Outcast.
considered one?
seems chill peeps.
Ormid has taken the initiative
Innovator.
to he's taken the initiative to expand the scope of the Soldiers Academy by opening the Hall of Erudition in Zadash, our second biggest city, in order to, give those people a chance to learn. What
What
gives
do you
you
mean
any
by those
idea?
people?
The people who don't live in the capital.
Oh, okay.
It's a very long travel.
Okay. Just checking.
What did you think I meant by those people?
Mm, I didn't think anything. I made an assumption, so I just wanted to make sure. You know what happens when you assume?
You die. All right.
I look at James like, what the?
Yeah, no, it'd be like that. Streets is rough.
Well, that's the bit of information I could give you right now. I'll keep my ears pierced for anything else, and it won't be long before I get back to you with more.
Okay.
How will you contact us?
I think he looks at you, James. He's just like, like, like he looks at you like Muggle, like she's a Muggle. He doesn't know what's going on here.
Swear to God, but another sending
I'm just
stone.
gonna point
No,
at my head like I got you.
yeah, and at that moment, Deez, you feel like you are those people,
I'm
in the midst of this conversation.
I can feel Mousecrew just rubbing his head like, bro, come on.
Are we finished?
Seems like. So
I think so.
take a stand.
All right, he goes. You can go now. And when you blink, you are now back in the front of the Solstice Academy building.
Oh, dang, I still wanted that tour.
Maybe you can go to school.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, okay. All right. So where do friends go? Let's go back to where they say they were going. The
Yeah.
The
the Cla- the
archives.
the archives of the I mean the Cobalt Soul.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do we know that Navi's in jail?
I'm
I
not
mean,
in
not
jail.
Navi.
Leviticus.
Yeah,
Leviticus.
You do not.
yeah. So we think they all went to
Yeah, you think they
Cobalt
all
Soul.
went to the Cobalt Soul, so that's what you think.
I assume they all went to the Cobalt Salt. Screw it. All right, let's go back to the Cobalt.
Magical Uber.
Yo,
All right, and the same guy just pulls up. It didn't take long
I
for you to
look around to
call.
see if there's somebody else.
No,
Take a
it's just
quick look.
it ain't shit around here. You're like, bro, why is it so far from everything else? And it's just him. You get the feeling he's just waiting. He's just like, they'll need me again. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, I'm getting in.
All right. Now,
Hey,
where did I leave
my
off with my
favorite
story
taxi
before?
driver.
Because I wanted to finish it before we were done with this round trip.
You wanted us to pray with you for the light of Palor.
Oh yeah, and as he
Oh
as he
my
whi-
goodness.
as he whips with the horse, the light of Palor will shine any oil you guys ride off.
Oh.
As some time has passed and we head back to Leviticus, who has now been locked away. Leviticus has his orange jumpsuit on. Uh, he's he's in jail, just chilling. It's you in a really like big ass cell. Like this is, and there's like one bench, one long bench in the cell, and
I'm
like
processing.
yeah, and like there's one person. Um, we're already getting past that. You're already locked up. They just don't give a fuck about you because you're leaving tomorrow. It's you and one other person who's sleeping on a bench, and he's like just like completely like anybody who if you've seen anybody sleep on a park bench, he's kind of just laying there, and he's looking up like in the direction that he's laying. There's like a little opening up top with like light shining, and he has taken up that whole little space. So he's like sleeping with his face all the way up, looking at the light shining down on him, and he hasn't fucking moved since you got in there. He hasn't said anything. It's just you two.
Look at his attributes, like his race, his size, things like that.
Absolutely, yeah, sure. So you see him; he is a human man. Um, he's a human man, young guy. Like you could tell, probably like barely 20 here. And he has like long hair. He still has like a kid body, hasn't really filled out yet. And he's kind of just sitting there. He's laying there so fucking attent at the sun. You're like, why aren't his eyes burning as he's looking up? It doesn't make any sense. And yeah, that's what you see. It's a very weird sight.
What attitude does he have? Is he nervous or anything like that?
Vacant, completely nothing.
Okay. How far away am I from him?
You could get to him whenever you want.
I know, but like, is he sitting on, or is he laying on like the only bench in the room?
Yeah, but it's a long one, so you're like, if you're sitting down at the end of it, and he's like at the other end of the bench. See?
All right, I'm gonna lay it down right next to him. All right, if I sit down on the bench, am I gonna be next to his head or his feet?
Head.
Head. All right. So, what you in here for?
And he goes, I don't know. I didn't do anything.
So,
How about you? Why are you here?
I didn't do anything. I was robbed from what was rightfully mine.
And when you say you didn't do anything, he like hops up on the bench, sits like really close to you, and goes, "See, the system is made to get us.
Exactly,
They
bro.
don't want
I'm
us to
telling you.
succeed."
I'm telling you, it's because we don't have as much money as the upper society, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, it's completely true. Let's kill everybody.
Exactly, bro.
Let's kill everybody. Let's just
But before
escape
we
right
do
now.
that,
I
before we
can't
do
take
that-
another second in here.
Before we do that, we need to come up with a plan.
I
What's the
just
plan?
realized this is Leviticus unchecked by anyone.
Yes.
What we need to do. What we need to do.
What do you want to do?
We
What do
need
you
to
wanna
gain
do?
influence. We need to gain influence. All right. We
All
need
right.
to get out of here. We're gonna get out of here. All right.
All right.
And we're gonna get other people like us, and we're gonna get them to follow what our mission is. And our mission: kill everyone, not just everyone, the upper society, the ones who got us in this situation.
All right. I like what you're putting down. Gain influence. I like it. So
Uh,
there are probably going to be a few more people that come into our cell today. You know, we're gonna get them, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get them. All right. How long you got? I'm gonna be.
First things first.
I'm gonna be in here for like a year. So how
First
long do
things
we have to
first.
plan this?
All right, we only have about a day for me and you to plan this. All right,
A day.
what we're gonna do? Yes. All right, ignore that. All right, I'm not gonna be here for long. All right, so let's work with the time we got. All right, all right.
I mean, if you didn't do anything and I
So
didn't do anything, then
first
why are
things
you
first,
getting out
work
in a
with
day and I'm getting out in a
advice.
year?
Because I'm an orc. All right, they don't want me here. They're trying to get me out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I feel
Segregation,
that.
man. I'm telling you, they don't want to deal with
Man,
me, even
they've
if
been
it
doing
is
sec.
just to get thrown
Hey,
in prison.
hey,
I'm
hey,
gonna start
hey,
crying, dude.
hey. This
I
empire
swear to
was
God, man. Like,
founded on segregation. They just don't want to say it.
exactly. See everybody on the other side of the border, huh? How many of them are non-human,
I think all of them.
huh? The whole exactly. They won't like. It's so bad that they start a war over it, man. Like it's crazy, man.
And when we get caught in it, they forget about us, right?
Exactly. See, what is he again?
He's a
Like
human.
what is
He's
he?
a human like teenager.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, they don't. It's segregation. It's so bad. They don't want to keep me here. As soon as like I've done a crime, all right, they telling me I've done a crime, even though I took what was rightfully mine, and
Yeah.
they keep me in here for only a day. That's how
He
much they
like
don't want me here.
he like slaps you on your arm, like, yeah, that's right. Because if we
Exactly.
had all the resources we needed, we wouldn't be committing crimes to begin with. So it's on them for not
Exactly.
supplying us with the resources that we need to survive. That's exactly what's going
Yeah.
on.
The high and mighty told talk of, oh, we're all in this together. Have you seen their whole war propaganda? You don't see them out there fighting.
Oh yeah, they're just sitting in their ivory towers or marble
Exactly.
towers, looking down at
And
us.
all right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna gain our influence. All right. First things first, we gotta start off small. Start off small, work our way up. All right. Word of advice: avoid murderers. Anyone with that level of crime.
Give me an
And what are
insight
we gonna
check
do?
as he's like nodding his head at you. Give me an insight check.
That is 13.
It doesn't take a lot. The fact that you said avoid murderers, he was just like, it's very much an about that kind of thing.
All right. You know, avoid the visibly crazy murderers.
Yeah. They can't be trusted, right? You have to,
Yeah, let's take on people that we know can kill, but won't like kill you
Oh
because you're
yeah.
valuable to me.
Yeah, can you
Right? Like
kill? You look like you can kill.
you.
You're a big guy.
Oh yeah, I can kill. I can kill. Like I got
Oh
like
yeah,
dried blood
yeah.
on my chest. Like
Same thing. I could kill too. I wouldn't, but I did. What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But I would.
yeah. You see, that's what makes you so valuable. Me and you, we're brothers now. What's your name?
Donovan.
Donovan. Is that his real
Give,
name?
give,
Insight.
give me give me an inside check.
That is. Oh no, so close. 10.
He's a bad liar.
I am dying at this.
That is
So many.
100% not his name, and he has a name tag. He has like a tag that says his name. His name is Treya.
Treya.
Yeah.
All right. Donna. Treya.
Who told you my name? I'll kill him.
I'm just gonna. Who told me your name? The higher ups. Right before they threw me in here, it was like, oh, Don Treya. He's such a like man. What are we gonna do with him? Like, we all know that he isn't guilty, but he's
You know,
poor, so we gotta throw him in here. He's taking up space.
they shouldn't be releasing that information, right? Just because I'm a prisoner doesn't mean don't have rights.
They
And
don't
I'm
care.
tired of them taking advantage of us. I didn't do anything, I swear.
To them, we're nothing but we're less than trash. All right, they don't care about us. Our rights out the window.
Yeah, they take out the trash, they leave us in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna point to trash in like the corner of the room. You see that? Those are
Yeah.
our rights to them.
He like sheds like a tear, just like one tear.
I'm telling you, man.
He's just like, we got to figure it out.
Listen, Donovan, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder. It's time for us to make a change around here.
I think you're right. And
Sí
as you
se puede.
and as you say that, like a guard pulls up, and they throw like this scraggly looking elf man in there with you, and as he hits the deck, like you see Trey looks like he's like, huh, another one for the revolution. And we're gonna cut away from them for a while. And actually, we'll take a break right now. We'll take a quick break.
What have I done?
For the
I am
revolution.
just
done?
What?
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 What? First of all,
Hello again. Welcome back. Hope everybody had a pretty worthwhile break. Okay, awesome. So let's jump back in real quick. See exactly what we're dealing with. Um okay, so we have Deez and James in transit to to the Cobalt Soul. So
Where
will
my
they all
good old Paylord.
yeah, he's just like Paylor is the greatest. Like Paylor saved my life. He made me see the light. He's the one that got me into this business, right? He told me that it would be the best decision of my life. Um, and,
Personally,
yes, and he was right. Paylor is just like I see him everywhere, man. I see him everywhere.
You know what? What was the moment that you like? Pay. This is a sign for Paylord. What was the moment?
he he goes, I'm glad you asked because I think everybody should have this moment. Like, have you ever been so broke, right? That you just all you could do is look up and ask why.
Yeah, yeah. We all
no.
been there.
I've looked up and asked why, and I saw the sun, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. It was Paylor's light shining on me, telling me that if I embraced his warmth, then the warmth of a house would be mine soon enough. And he was right.
This car, or like an actual.
Like, was it a metaphor? You looked up and they were like, "Ah, I'm warm,"
A
or
home
you
is
like went to someone's house and you're like, "This is my house."
Because
a home is where
these
you
seats are
live.
warm.
All right, let's not get judgmental. All right,
Oh
I'm
no, I'm
not
trying to.
trying to
not
get
get this.
judgmental.
All right,
I just need
I'm
to
just
yeah,
trying to.
know.
Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
trying to
It's one of
understand.
those.
I'm just trying to
It's one of
understand
those.
the power of Paylord. So,
And I'm just trying to understand where you live. Like, did Paylor actually give you the house that you were seeking, or is this the house that you have gotten from Paylord's glory?
You know, the thing is, the second you stop looking for the house finds you, which is which is
Okay,
yeah.
what?
That's kind of how it goes.
So there's moving houses around here, or
this
And
one, but
he looking at you like a defeated Will Smith. Like he just got caught in an entanglement. He's like, what? This is terrible. He's like, damn, man. Y'all ain't have to expose me like that. You can't expose me like that under the light of Paylor. You
I
can't do
mean,
that.
Paylord's light is still shining on you.
I
Doesn't
know.
matter
That's what I'm trying to
if
tell
the
you.
sun goes down.
Let's all
so
pray. Let's all pray.
so I have a
Let's all
question before we
shh,
pray.
shh.
Before we pray, though,
It can happen after we pray.
I want to pray with a clean mind.
No, it's better if you don't.
Well, I won't be praying because this will be nagging at me.
I
I
mean,
won't
trust
be
me.
able to
It won't
give.
it won't be nagging when you're done praying.
Okay, I'm done praying.
Now I just feel like you're lying to me.
I totally prayed. I totally did it. See, look, Paylor.
We'll be there soon.
I understand. It's not about the journey; it's the destination. And sometimes the journey is the destination. All right, my bad. I'm gonna stop.
All right, man. Whatever.
I just got
All
a
right.
question.
We're gonna
It's a
cut back.
nice house.
You get no question. We're gonna cut back to our friends at the Cobalt Soul Library. How y'all feeling? Are y'all what's going on right now? You guys are in the middle of studying. Some time has passed. Um,
Do I still have another go? Do I have? Does my character have it in her to research something one more time, or one more thing? I
you
should
know,
say.
I'd say in terms of the like the flow of time, by the time that happens, by the time you guys would be looking at something else, James and Dees would already be there.
Okay.
So we'll get you guys all situated in that front just to get this a little bit more organized. Um, so we'll fast forward to the end. We'll stay with Dees and James for a little bit, just so we could get everybody together. Um, you guys have an awkwardly silent ride from that point on, as
Look,
he lets you off, and he's like, "Okay,
uh, did I pay him the first? Did we pay him the first time?
I don't know if you did."
Because I don't know if I did either.
All right, so now, all right, because now I gotta look at something real quick because he he took you quite a bit of distance. There you go. Okay, yikes. Yeah, y'all gonna give him like 6 gold pieces altogether for everything.
I'm gonna give him 10, and as I'm handing it to him, like I put I put 6 just visibly to show 6, and then I put 4 more on top of it. I put my hand on top of it in his hand. And I'm like, I sincerely would like to apologize.
I accept your apology.
And I release my hand, show
And
that there's
he
4 more gold.
and at first he looks down like he's like shocked to see it, and then there's like another different look as he's looking down at his hand.
What does he see besides the monies?
You look down and you realize that the sun is perfectly beaming down
Oh
on
God.
these coins that you just gave him.
Hey, Lord provides.
Maybe this is the moment for you.
No. Maybe this is the moment for you.
Maybe this is the moment for me.
What's your name, friend?
His name's Francisco. He told you this before.
I know. I'm asking it. I said this is the first time.
He'll say that. He's like, I told you that before. You already forget?
No. We might need to come back and find you again.
You forgot.
We are
Forget. We just like the you know the power invoking your own name.
I didn't know there was power in that.
Yeah, it is. Keep saying your name, Francisco.
if we come
Okay.
back and find you, we might need a driver, so keep your head up, soldier.
Yes, sir. And he just drives off.
I loyal courier for the Great Revolution.
For some reason, the horse is sad as they ride away too.
Oh,
Horse just vibing with him, same wavelength. So you guys enter the same establishment that that I mentioned before. You are greeted by the same larger scale than you're used to with the Zadash, and I think it's like big enough that if you were to like look around enough, you could see your friends in the library from the front desk. You just don't have access to it yet. And in turn, you guys in the back that are studying can actually see your friends coming as well.
oh.
Oh, so
To
now
escape.
I'm gonna walk to the front
I
then, and
wave.
I'm gonna let the guy know that they're with me.
Yep. Less for him. Like just people always coming in and out. So he's actually he's a lot more busy than the than like Tyson or or the other dudes that are there. They're usually Dahlia just like chilling. So they are he's actually has a job to do here. So anything that he doesn't have to deal with, he's like sure, go for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he got monk tops.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna walk them to where we're at in the little personal area.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, we've been researching a couple of things here. Do you guys need to look at anything? Let me know. I'll help you guys out.
Quick question. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, we missing somebody.
Yeah, about that. So Leviticus did Leviticus things, and what I like to say is play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
It was about it
This
was it was going to
is
happen.
So he is at the local jail right
I'm not shocked, disappointed, but not surprised.
now. It's all right. He'll be out tomorrow. So books. What do you guys
Okay.
need?
No. Wait, hold on. You said it'll be out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the extent? Do we know like what he did?
Oh, it was definitely
This whole
the stealing of the plank.
like, did he assault an officer or something? Because listen,
Uh,
he's been at this for a while. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone. Listen, if we could leave him here at Rex and Trip, this would be great. We could just go off and we could save the world together. I'm just
We can't leave a man behind.
yeah, who knows what's happening in that jail right now?
You crazy?
He's very.
You're not
crazy.
there. Are you there?
There.
Yeah, he's with us.
Oh, okay. No, I meant like, are we supposed to be with you at all times, like wherever, like whenever you go?
Whenever you
I
guys
assume
leave the area that I
Yeah.
left you, then yes.
I assume you all put the. It's like a little study room that you bring the books that you're
Two.
reading.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
all reading there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. You see, Dick has reading.
Huh?
You cut out.
cut out.
Lost you there, buddy.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that Dick, he has reading glasses.
All you wanted to
Are they
say.
really tiny reading glasses?
It's the one without the legs. It's just a little.
Oh my
You put your nose like.
What?
okay.
One has the lens, the other one does.
So you have a monocle, but Dick says it's reading glasses. Okay.
It's not a monocle. It's the
the
it's
frame
the
with one
glass-
glass.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds like
Okay.
great.
something he probably stole from Rupert.
This is
James
cool.
said that
I don't even
he
need them.
took out the glasses.
That's great.
Oh,
I'm gonna let that go. Those glasses look great on you, by the way. I must admit.
I just stare.
How do I do this? How do I say this without offending anybody? Why the fuck are we here?
Research. Knowledge is power.
On
We need information. What do you want to research on?
on
Reading
what we I want to research on the masked motherfucker. What's he up to? Tiamat. Why are they greedy? I
Why?
those goddamn fucking frog toads.
James,
Why do
James,
they
you're
spell cast?
take a breath. You sound pretty agitated there.
why
No,
team?
I don't mean to sound agitated. I I met a member of the Cerberus Assembly who's taught me a very powerful lesson. Time spent doing one thing means time lost doing another. So if we sit here coming through trying to find information for the sake of finding fucking information, we are losing time and they are getting further in their goals. We could do this right here. We could get into the books and I'll be fine. And we will get this good and we will do this right. However, if we need to be out on the streets talking to people, I feel like we should use our time doing that instead.
Okay, so if you're not here to research,
I ain't saying I'm here to research. Listen, if y'all need help researching, let's get this popping. We could do this right now. However,
and what's at the top of your list?
I think at this point, I want everybody except for Leviticus to give me a perception check.
Oh God.
Sucks
My
to suck.
God. Are we all go out to get betrayed again?
it's an 11.
Got a niner.
I got a 9 as well.
I got a 20.
Oh,
I mean, 18 plus 2.
The dirtiest
30,
of 20.
Very different. Very different. Okay.
Yeah, she outside. The rest of us are in our conversation.
Okay. This is interesting. Let me look and see what we have. See if anything beat what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's going on. Everything's fine.
I hate it when you do
Not even
that.
the 20. Not even the 20.
Not even the 20.
All right. Well, what do you want to look for?
See, that's a loaded question. I'm not trying to look for. Hmm, Actually, now that I think about it, I want to find who was the last person
Oh, wow.
in the Claret order to have the vestige that was a bloody red mane.
All right.
We'll
So
start there.
looking for a Claret Order member that has a black base, pretty much,
With
Yeah,
bloody accents. Be specific.
with the red accents.
sure. Um, who's looking for that?
James.
James.
Okay, give me investigation if that's what you're gonna do.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay, how are we doing this? How are we doing this? Um, you find a book kind of similarly to the book in Zadash that you guys had found on the Claret Order, which gives a lot of like basic information. And like while you're doing that, you also pull out things that might pertain to vestiges or um I guess notable weapons from the past, which is something that Navi had looked into before, which is how he first came through to this clue, the very beginning of this campaign. um
That was like a year and a half ago.
yeah. It was one of the first things he looked up when he got here, when he got to Zadash. Um and you start to look and you find a mace that kind of fits the description or a rough like vague description of what you're looking for, because a lot of the claret order details that they have are like surface level. Like there isn't much to be known about them, because ever since, like, because history has treated them so poorly from your perspective, because you understand this, that history treated them so poorly, because in the books they are looked at as there's a note that says, hey, they were villainized for what they did, but there's proof to the contrary, that they weren't the reason for the incidents that happened hundreds of years ago, but in fact the people who stopped the incident from hundreds of years ago. But the fact that they've been villainized for so many years, it they've become decentralized, and they are all so scattered that there's really no real information about them to the public. um and you could tell at this point, well, with a 20, you could tell that there's like a concerted effort to like not have information about these people like around and handy. Like it would be in the best interest of the empire to keep people from knowing what really happened,
Propaganda.
because it happened so long ago that that's one of the things that they built on. Like, so that being alive would be an issue. But when you look at this weapon, there are like sightings of it over the years, and the last one was very very long ago, like maybe 50 years ago. It's probably the last time it was sighted, which in the terms of this would be like not a long time. Consider that the year in the game right now is 835 PD, which is post divergence. So like before that, that's like basically like post calamity kind of kind of time. So we're that far involved forward to that. So 50 years is like whatever in that kind of years. But it was um given to a tiefling man. It was associated with a tiefling man. That was a member of the Claret Order, um, that was a known murderer.
Oh.
Uh, I think I have his name.
His name is Donovan.
His name is Donovan as well. I have his name because this is something that I had from the beginning of the campaign. His name is Mordai.
More die.
Yeah, Mordai. and he is a male tiefling, red. Anything specifically you want to know here? I
I
feel like
want to
it's
know a
funny
timeline. This is what I'm getting at here. Okay.
timeline.
So what I know is long ago in the ancient lands that held magic and mystics and whatever the fuck, there was a vestige created. It
Correct.
is a arm of the betrayer. It is a
Correct.
black mace or whatever. People have
Correct.
held it through time, yada
Correct.
yada. 50 years ago, that guy had it. Then he lost it. Then
No. No, 50 years ago, that guy had it and he went off the map, and that's the last sighting of it recorded.
okay.
So you're not sure? I'll say this because you are James and you're very smart, and you also asked about this at the time that it happened. During the Blood Hunter chase, right? During the Claret Order chase, you asked about how they were using blood to manipulate themselves, and I I told you that because they could do that, they could manipulate the way they look in terms of age, so they could actually slow down, have longer lifespans. You would think that there's a possibility that if this person is still out there, he very much is still very capable of having it, considering the hemocraft abilities of a blood hunter. Like it wouldn't be out of the realm. Like a tiefling lives for about as long as a human does, probably a little longer, but with hemocraft could easily still be in his prime if he was out there.
Hmm. Okay. So that vestige is probably still live. What does it do besides just being like strong magic weapon?
Okay. That's a good question. Let me get you that information. See what we have located about what it can do. Um
Oof.
there are records of the people holding it speaking a foreign language that the people who recorded this were not did not know what it was. And with that command, the the mace would erupt in flame.
Hmm. That's a start. So it erupts in. Hmm. Then who has what? If that's the timeline on the mace, what's the timeline on Zesbok's weapon or Zesbok's vestige? If we
Okay.
were to,
Okay. So basically, let's put the pieces together, right? For what you have at the moment. So Zesbok, has been in charge of Hupperduke for at least 200 years, for the entire time. And she told you she had it since before Hupperduke had become part of the Empire. So she's had it for a long time. Because you don't have any idea how old she is. She keeps that pretty close to the chest, honestly. Um, but she's seen a lot, and she's held that for centuries. So the timeline that you know so far is that she had it for several hundred years.
that seem to be something researchable.
That's a hard one. That's a really tough one.
Yeah. honestly, I feel like those are all the questions I got on my mind. I actually want to go see other members of the Cerberus Assembly. So I'll wait till y'all finish. If any of
Okay,
y'all need help, I'll be right here
sure. What
giving
else?
help actions.
What else are we looking around for? Um, just one last round. This will be the last round of the session. So we'll do more after, but it's just like I want to know what you guys looking for. What we
I,
got?
I want information on Comorta.
Interesting. You look back at your notes, you fucker. Okay.
No, I've been talking about
I was
that
about
for
to
the
say you
past
getting
three
punished for.
weeks.
No, he's not getting punished, but I'm very happy because I want to give information about Komorta. All right, Komorta. Cool. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So, Komorta, relatively small type of city, population around 7,500. Mostly humans, with the big minority races there being halflings and dwarves. Um, Komorta's economy is built up on wine families. Like this is a the land is so nutrient rich from the what do we call they're like plumes of like sulfurous gas that are around there that make the land rich in it. So there's always they use the land in it and it creates these it's like it wouldn't be like a garden thing. It would actually look kind of shitty if you went if you went toward it, like in terms of aesthetics. But what it when it's used to create wine and just like make the drinks, it is very good. And because of that, they have the highest quality brand within the empire, probably within the whole continent. Of like, of course, the people of the empire don't know anything about the dynasty, but they would assume that there's no way they have anything close to what Komorta has. Komorta is just so good with that. Um, the it is ran by Starosta Brennan Keefe, and yeah, he blah, blah, blah. Hmm. Okay.
I know you didn't say it, but it sounded like you said Bandit Keith in my brain.
Bandit Keith.
Heard Ben and Keith, so I just
Mer-
picture this person that has like a split personality.
Yeah. Uh.
Loves Barrel Dragon for some reason.
Okay. So yeah, like basically what I'm getting at is like the big deal about it, like geographically, is that there are these like mud hills that are vents for sulfurous gases and like nutrient mines that also kind of like give off like thermal activity as well. So there, it's very like it's very heated in where it's at, and they use that for what they do. And there's really nothing other than that. It's kind of just a straight up little town. Like that's kind of their calling. Is there anything specific?
What is their tourism looking like besides wine
Oh,
country?
That's 100% of their tourism. There's like no other reason to go there. Like if you went there as like just to like visit, if you weren't there to do wine, like why the fuck are you there? Like you would just be in the middle of bubblefuck nowhere and the side of a hill in a very like funny smelling place.
Is there anything to do? Like, so how long has Comorta been established?
Ooh, interesting. Um, it's unclear the timeline, but it was one of the places that was conquered by the empire um during its making. I suppose the way to put it.
Um, would there be anything? Would Comorta be one of the places that a vestige, specifically the one that we just talked about, has popped up at as a location?
Give me another investigation check
Port
with
19.
advantage. for a total of
26.
Wow.
Help action. See if he crits.
no need. Uh, you're onto
Thank
something
you, buddy.
here. You're really onto something here. As I would say, how put this? I'll say you take a lot of your time to find different books to piece this together because this is scattered. It's not conveniently in one place. And as you do, you gather that researchers of the past, that these is very like vague kind of notes that aren't really coherent and people haven't really put them together, that you thought that maybe they might have thought that there was something weird about Comorta. They've never been able to figure out why the thermal activity is there. Like they don't know the reason behind why they had that, though people have tried and when people don't get their answer, they try to assign things that are just like stupendous and out there. It must be a vestige. It must be a calling of the gods. It must be Palor's light. It must be one of those things, like the sun got in my eyes, and then it just started bleeding seismic thermal energy, like something really stupid, right? And people are doing that, but the people who are looking at it, and the way you're looking at it, you're like, there was no direct meeting of someone being in Comorta with like a vestige, but you draw like a line around the people that had this mace, and they are almost like equidistant from Comorta in the locations that they were found. Not all in the same spot, but like always revolving around that same area.
So, what else? Any any significant mention of Komorder from after the calamity until now? Like anything like significant events, like are any like significant events that happened there? Maybe festivals that happened there? Any?
That's the weird thing, and this is why nobody's probably put together even as close to what you got yet, because the town is so low key that there's nothing to do there, and no one even thinks about it because they're profiting off of it. So why question?
That's exactly why we need to go. And then because that's what brought my question up, is because why isn't it like out there? Like for the lands to be like that, you'd think
So,
it'd be more of a talk or hearsay around.
well, I think it's also important to realize if you have a lot of these like super rich, like old money families, right, that are generational wealth, you're gonna put a lot of money on people from snooping. We don't give a fuck where it's coming from. We just know it makes good wine. Why are you mad? Get out of here.
Why you bothering us, bro?
Yeah.
Um, what are their seasons like? Is it all 4 seasons?
You get all 4 seasons here. It doesn't get like super hot generally in the Empire. Um, like we're talking like it gets kind of hot, but like in the summer it's like okay, right? It's very reminiscent of like New York City, like New York. Like it is almost like our weather. We get all 4 seasons, but sometimes you'll get extreme weather, but it's not that crazy.
Got it.
and,
Any?
and
I'm
I
sorry.
will say that it is because there's thermal activity. Like Comorta is like hotter than most places in the Empire because they are built on this stuff.
Is there any mention of of anything significant happening around Komorta? Maybe a town or a village that's close by.
Interesting.
Yeah. Uh, where is Comorta in
So
proximity to
you
Lexington?
guys have the
West.
maps
It's
on the
west.
Discord.
It's
It's
west going
west.
to.
It's west. You could see that it's presented on hills. Those are muddy hills. It's hugging the mountains, which kind of curtain the entirety of the empire. Yeah, so it's there around. It's like at the edge of the Zemni field. It's actually a pretty long distance from here. it would take you back down, and it would it would put you like not too far off from Zadash again.
Oh, I found it. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah. No,
it
that's
would yeah, it would be southwest from here.
So nothing around.
Well, if you think about what's around, then not really, because there's just a lot of mountains and there aren't really many settlements around it. Um, so we'll say the guy like the last guy who was seen with the mace, right? He's found in the mountains, which people would don't find. I guess scholars wouldn't find that odd because if society doesn't give a shit about the doesn't give a shit about the cleric orders and they can't really make any settlements in society, then they would be in forests and mountains and anywhere where like settlements aren't in the empire is kind of what you would think they'd be at. So that kind of fits the bill.
I think that's
Yeah,
what I
and if
got.
you can see there, yeah, and if you can see, there's a lot of buffer between like Comorta and the other places. It's pretty much it's on its own. It's its own thing, baby.
okay.
Like when one of the closest things you have to you is Zadash. And then we know of some of the activity that's happened in Zadash. We know the orphanage was hit by a Claret Order member. We know these things.
Shit.
My question is this here. What are we gonna do moving forward? Are we gonna continue gathering information until we just stumble across this person, or are we gonna
So
How could we draw them out?
so here's the thing with that. We know now that something weird has happened in Komoda. And many people have different thoughts about it, different theories. However, it all comes down to something extra is happening there. On top of that, we have information of known vestiges now possibly passing through Komoda. And on top of that, we learned yesterday that Jiraz was sighted there a year and a half ago. One's a fact, two's a coincidence, three's a what the why are we still here? So
answer that question as to why we're still here? I got at least five other Cerberus Assembly members before I decide to fuck off,
Mhm.
for lack of better terms.
I'm with you 100%.
Which
I think if we are to move from here, as much knowledge and as much info and as much um, connections that we can use will really help us.
and I filled them in of the conversation I had with the headmaster, how he
Yeah.
might be behind
Zed.
us. And I was like, I think we should do this as quickly as possible. And since we enjoy splitting up, just, you know, throw me on one side, throw Navi on the other side. We'll take care of talking to the people that need to be spoken to. Or we can do it all together, which may work out better so we don't lose somebody.
Yeah. I'm for sticking together, unless absolutely necessary.
If we're going to stay together, we have to have a tight game plan on what we're hitting and when. Like now, with everything that we just learned here from researching, we now have a great place to start and a good path.
So I get that we could all make a path because I know, Nav, you already know that if you set a path, I'm just going to follow it because I trust you. And James has shown numerous times to be pretty wise and smart. Um, when or if Leviticus gets out of jail, How are we going to convince him to just follow this path?
Because he's been following the past all along for us.
What
I
what
feel
if
like
we
that's just been out of like convenience.
what if we just bonk him and drag his body?
Are you going to drag that 8 foot tall, 350+ pound body?
Do you
Big
Do
boy.
it.
only if it's somehow impossible to convince him?
I doubt that it
Strike me,
is.
and the full weight of the revolution shall crash down upon you.
It's like,
I
did I
just want to
eat
keep
it
that in
before?
mind when we are trying to make this great plan. And
Go
we do have a
ahead.
couple wild
Try to
cards.
do some. I got an army with me now.
Army of one sicko.
One
Two.
and a
The
half.
elf is gonna
So
be ours.
All right. So
Oh.
so all right, so I think from here the next best course is, I don't know, James, I leave that one up to you. Like, what do you think we should do next?
Cerberus assembly. Assemble.
Let's start with Doolin. Get some information on those toads.
Got it.
And okay, let's see. If I were to be a betting man, I'd say it'd probably be
Wasn't that chick's
Jewel
name like Luther?
Ludinus. Ludinus the left, the archmage of domestic protection. Wasn't he not here?
He's not here. Not everybody's here. I know we mentioned that before.
I know one was off on a expedition or something.
That's Vesteragna.
Mhm.
Routinely off on expeditions. She's kind of an asshole like that.
Hmm. And she went up to the mountains, coincidentally.
She went to Islecross, where she went.
Isaac.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Alsace on.
Interesting.
So you have Duelon
But
here. Duelin's here. That Jenna's here. Like of the people that I met, you already talked to Zivon. I think I said Trent is here as well.
Mm-hmm.
good train.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Doolin first. You
Got it.
just find whoever's here. Yo, what's up? Hey, problem. Is there a
Yeah.
solution we could find?
I also wanted, what was
Oh,
that?
Felicity.
What was that spot called again? Where we found out about Jiraz a year and a half ago?
What was the spot you found out about?
Yeah, where
Oh, that was back at the Mud Top.
the mud top, right?
That was Jadavion's house where he had the
Jadavion.
information.
Yep, that's what. Kind of
Yeah.
want to visit him one more time before heading out
But remember,
because
we're
he.
semi-wanted in the mud tops right now.
I mean, semi wanted in the mud tops, semi not wanted by the grinners. Uh, the list goes on. We run on a dangerous edge, and I guess we're just gonna continue to run on it. And if anybody wants to pop up from the half orc clan, I'll give them a 3-second tan. All right. Yeah.
Oh no.
Move them.
So I think that's our next course, and let's head out. What time is
So-
it about right now?
It is the dead of night at this point. The second investigation and all your conversations definitely going to take a while. You're going to be in the dead of night at this point.
I wanted to look up one more question.
What do you want to look up, Izzy?
I wanted to see who are these fucking. Is it royal? No, the. What would it be the proper term? Would it be royal, like the blue blooded, dragonborn?
The nobles.
No,
the
no,
nobles
that's
of
the
Draconia.
word. Mixing up errors here. I want to
Yeah.
look up who are the noble dragonborn families. You know, just a clue for this power thing.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna cry.
Izzy, it's you.
I mean, I only
Your
have one
family.
roll. Whoa.
30, 20.
Okay.
Let's
I
see what we have.
I thought that was not gonna work out for me. I was ready to just be disappointed. I'd be like, okay.
Okay, so I gotta go digging for this. By the way, this is wild obscure.
Oh,
For me.
Even in game, it's hard to get info. Why?
well, while you do that, I'm gonna find that picture of the Tracy boys, because that is the half orc crew.
The Trace boys.
Lord.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking. Okay. Da-da-da. Jesus. Gotta look through everything for this. Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the, one of the names that comes up is a dragonborn, an orange dragonborn, dragon blood. Uh, like their whole bloodline is. Uh, his name is Thesten Kilmorn. I do not know if anybody recognizes that name because it's been so long. But if you played in the one shot, you know who I'm talking about.
Damn,
Uh,
I still haven't seen it.
Say it again.
I
The
was saying,
one
if you played in that one shot that we did, then you know who Thesten is.
Like
Says
it?
who?
Thesten, he's the guy who gave you the job in the one shot.
Oh shit!
you guys played.
The one
I wish we would have known about that in this side of the fucking continent.
Yeah. So that I had to scroll up my announcements to get his name. I knew his name was Thested, but I forgot what last name I gave him. So the Kilmorn family, orange, orange boys. Then you have the Stormwind family, which are red dragonborns, who are running out of people in that house. Even before the fall of Draconia, so it's actually unknown to public record whether they have anybody left.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of their one of their children was actually like put on a stake by one of the dragons.
Dang.
Oh God.
Yeah, to set an example for like what they were doing. It was very bad. What happened to Draconia was pretty fucking. It's like Dragonborns got invaded by actual fucking dragons. Like it was a very bad look. uh, yeah, I will say. Hold up, I have some more information. This is a lot. This is why you don't prep anything because there's no I would have prepped this. Absolutely no fucking way. All right. Uh, I'll say I'll have more on this later. I'll have it more organized for you. Because there's a lot. There's a lot to this, to the political structure,
Oh.
but I just don't have on hand at the moment. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's also the what are they called? They are the silver dragonborns as well of the crew. They hold the highest status. They are the Neurixius, and they are considered the highest status because being silver, they are looked at as direct descendants of Bahamut. And because of that, it gives them a special privilege among the privilege, and they are some of the richest people that you can find, and they are absolutely around still.
Sounds like the world government in One Piece.
Yeah, it's actually known that they have been in talks with the Empire. Um, to what those specifics are haven't been let out to the public, but they have had frequent visits since the fall of Draconia.
They set them up. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'll have more for. There's more to it, but I'll have more for. I'll give it to you out of game.
Hmm.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Or are we moving on? Awesome. Everybody, give me one more perception check, except for Leviticus.
Oh God.
Is this the whole? We're gonna do this together. Wait, you said investigation or perception?
Perception.
Perception. I got 14.
What's
Ooh,
investigation?
okay, Navi.
That's a
I'm
nat
through.
20.
Nat 20 is the only thing that would have hit it. I mean that because what you're rolling against was a nat 20.
Oh
Oh
God.
damn! I got a 19. That would have been crazy.
Okay, Navi. You're this private room with each other. It's talking over this. You notice a little shift in the room that none of you guys made.
It's that fucking shadow thing, isn't it?
Uh, guys, did you guys notice that?
Notice what?
What are you talking about? It is getting late.
I'm just looking around. I'm checking to see if anybody looks out of place. Maybe.
And while you're looking around and you say, you hear that? You all right? So first of all, let's get the specifics of this room going. Um, I
Oh
don't think it
fuck.
would be. I don't think there'd be like a door here at all. It would just be like a little section of the library. I'll say
Okay.
as soon as you like ask that, you don't see anything, but you hear footsteps jet out of your room.
I turn around real quick.
You don't see anything. You just know what the fuck.
And I'm guessing walking in here, did I still have Eep on me? Or
You haven't resummoned him.
I haven't. Damn it.
I
There's
thought
no Eep in the room.
Quick question.
Uh,
Did we all hear the footsteps or only Navi?
Sully Navi.
Navi
No.
heard the footsteps.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Right.
you guys all heard the footsteps run. They were not trying to be stealthy about that. They just fucking dipped.
I run to the front and I ask the guy at the front who just passed by.
He says nobody came that way. Whoever
Ah.
whoever did it is whoever ran by didn't run to the front.
Did I see where they
Did-
ran
As I
to?
said,
Oh, sorry.
Or like
deeper deeper into the library.
deeper into the library?
Deeper into the library, yeah.
Okay, so we heard the footsteps run out.
Yeah.
Can we still hear them ish? And if so, can I run towards that direction?
Give me
my
a
God.
survival check.
What?
Give me a
What?
survival.
I've never heard that before.
Can I help on the basis of me hearing which way the footsteps went?
30-20.
Yeah, you can help on it.
All right, so do it with advantage. Do
Ro-
one more roll.
Roll
I mean, you got 20.
All right,
again. All right. Yeah.
20.
Okay.
All right, 30, 20.
Okay, this fucking labyrinth of a library slash temple is coming out of the room to your right, up staircase. You know that's where they went.
Okay. And I'm running after them.
That's on you if you want to.
I'm running after them.
I start running right behind her.
So as you're like running, there are like, as I said before, this isn't like an empty
Yeah.
corridor. There are people around. So you're like bumping into people. Excuse me, and you're like running by. What is everybody else doing here?
I'm with them,
yeah,
but I
same.
want to be also casting detect magic.
Okay, that will be That will be very important. If you get within range, that will be very important. um, okay, what's everybody else doing? We got people running.
Following.
All right. So, as you go up the steps, you're still like a few steps behind them as you go up the steps. You just like this ever-ending kind of like cycle of books and like different shelves. Correctly, it looks almost identical to the previous floor. I need everybody to give me a check. You tell me what check you want to give me to help
What?
determine how you want to find this person from this position.
I'm gonna sleuth this motherfucker. I'm gonna go for investigation, and I'm gonna use my inspiration to give myself advantage.
You can do that as you're surveying it closely with detail to eye the smallest differences that are in this room to the previous room. What is everybody else doing?
Can I do Arcana check?
Give me an Arcana check.
Wait, I have to do it as well?
What?
Uh,
A check?
Out of 4.
Can I do an Arcana check as well?
um, yes, you can. What are you? So D's, you give me whatever check you want. You just have to justify it if it's a little weird.
Okay.
So my
I
thing,
was gonna
so
say,
I know what detect magic looks like. So
Uh-huh.
when I saw James do what he did, that made me do like an investigation check, and so I do like an Arcana check because he's searching for magic.
Copy. So what kind of checks are we using here? What are we doing?
I want to use intimidation.
You're gonna use what? I can't hear you. Intimidation.
Intimidation, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna scare
Go.
them into hiding.
Yeah.
I got an
roll me
18.
roll me that
Okay.
check.
Clear
I'm
path.
gonna use
Come on,
Let's
Dick,
go.
I'm
you
gonna
got
use
this.
stealth.
15, still good, still good.
What
Yeah.
what's stealth? Well, what explain to me the stealth reasoning behind it. I feel like I get everything else,
I'm
but stealth
really
is a little
good
weird.
stealth 'cause, like I'm running like I probably blanked out at one point. I'm still running after this thing, right?
Yeah, this is in pursuit. So
Yeah.
like these checks are to remain in pursuit.
So, huh? Yeah. I want to use stealth because when you're stealthy, you have to know what obstacles are around you. So I want to use stealth so that I can like think about the obstacles that's around me, so I don't bump into
Okay.
things.
Yeah. So you're stealthy, which means you're moving a little slower for you, which is about almost the same pace for everybody else. So you're just being very
Oh.
careful to go in and out. You guys all scored pretty well. I have 3 passes to 2 fails here. So you guys will get to the next leg of this skills challenge as we're gonna as what we're doing here as you're in pursuit. Um so I'm going to narrate it from the perspective of the person who got the highest roll. So that's going to be James. Okay, but just know what this is representing. Okay, I'm going to ask you for a check at different legs of this. You're going to give me a check. You cannot reuse the same check, by the way,
Mhm.
Oh,
as we
fudge
go.
sickles.
So next
Okay,
time you
hold
have
on.
to
God,
do a different one.
God
Um,
damn it.
yeah,
Okay,
and
okay,
you
I
guys
got.
have to
Wait, is it
have to
like
pass each one. Yeah,
like non-consecutively?
no, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Not at
okay, I
all.
can do this.
It's
Yeah, so
yeah, yeah. So
We're good.
you just continue. All right. So investigation check. You are notice you guys come up and you notice that about 3 shelves down, right? There is something out of places. If somebody was like running and wasn't very careful about where they were running, and they kind of like bumped into a few things, and you could tell the corner. So you guys jet over, and as you reach that third shelf and you turn around, you actually like are in the vicinity of the person. Like you can't see them, but you can hear them a little bit as you've gained ground as they're panicking, so they're not as precision. I will say we are still in the middle of a skills challenge, so we're not gonna like take attacks on them because what's gonna happen is that as soon as
no,
they're gonna
hold on.
jet around, go for it, go for it.
The only thing I want to know is, am I close enough to know what type of magic they're using? Because I have detect magic.
Yeah, you know they're somebody cast the invisibility spell on themselves. Yeah, that's like for a fact, just straight up. You know somebody is invisible and somebody's running around. That is the only bit of magic that you are getting from this location. Um, so you're good with that. Like it's not much of a secret. There's no. I will say what is relevant is that there's no other magic items on them. So
So
it is literally yeah.
with a skills check, we can only do skills checks, like
Well,
skills challenge.
well, the thing is, I'm not done narrating the moment because like it's more like a cinematic. Like you guys closed in, but they're gonna swerve and get out of position again. Is kind of how we're gonna do this.
So it's
Okay, so like it's
like
gonna
the
be
quick time.
yeah, it's like quick time event, kind of like a tracking shot. Uh, like House of the Dead kind of following them through. It's kind of like that, like how we're doing it. So person is trying to wrap around and is trying to go back downstairs to where they came from. You could tell that's the direction they're going. How are you going to try to intercept them here?
Ooh, I already got mine. I want to use athletics.
Okay.
What I want to do is because I have a decent, based on hearing whether I have a decent idea of where they're at, right? Is there a
Yeah.
way that I can jump forward enough
Hmm.
that we bump into each other? Like I could jump, I want to jump in front of them that we just bump into each other.
Give me an athletics check. What is everybody else doing?
Bob.
Um,
17.
I'm I'm going to do an athletics check also.
Okay.
Dick is kind of doing like we're still he's gonna do like quiet parkour anyway.
Okay.
I'll do an investigation check.
You got it.
I'm gonna do an
Could I
investigation check as
do
well.
could I do a thing on top
Oh.
of my check?
Serious.
What is it that you want to do on top of your check?
I would like to say, screw this, I'm cheating, and cast enhance ability on myself.
I'll allow it. Go for it. Have fun.
To give me advantage on dex checks as I choose acrobatics, because this motherfucker's not getting away from me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do an investigation check when I saw like the furniture out of place.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay. So the funny thing is like the DC is increasing for each one of these, and once again you have, because of the nat 20 it counts as an extra success, so it's technically like 4 successes to 2 failures. So you guys have passed this round. One more round of winning,
Come
and you
on,
guys will get what you want.
coach.
Feels like
Because from Navi's perspective, what he's doing is he's directing traffic and telling our 2 athletics check people like exactly where they should be landing the most out of their jump, right, to try to confront them. And as you do it, right, you guys, I would say in unison, Deez and and Dick kind of stop the person, and the person bumps directly into Dick, just boop, just like smashes directly into you. And at this point, you realize that they're going to jet immediately to the immediate left. We are very high up, and they're about to jump out of a window. So
Um,
yeah, yeah.
so
So we
try to
have
break.
one. What happened?
Go, you could.
No, okay. So here's what's going on. So it's like they're turning in, and then they're basically gonna jump out to escape. So I need like one. I'm gonna say if you're in melee range, which is going to be the two athletics, you guys would have the option to try to grapple them. Everybody else will have to stick to the skills check motto.
Wow. Wanna. Ooh. Mm, what does grapple do again? I'm
You
like,
hold
is
them in
that?
place.
Oh no, I mean
Yeah.
like, how do I do the
That's gonna be an athletics check again. Yeah. So you get to
Okay,
break the rules because you're in melee for it.
I'll follow that.
And you have a pretty high DC to beat. Okay.
Fudge.
Um,
Okay, still gonna do it. Do I click it? I'm gonna do it.
you guys can both click your athletics checks because that's just what makes the most
Wait.
sense. Nat
Oh
20.
my
Okay.
god, the natural 20. Jesus.
Nat
21.
20. Nat 20 and 21, baby.
Now what is everybody else rolling?
Oh, fuck.
Sleight
I
of
would
hand
like
check.
to opt for sleight of hand as well, with the added thing that I'm throwing a rope to try and lasso him.
So sleight of hand. What are you doing, Navi?
I'm gonna die.
Can I do
50.
a survival check trying to keep up with them?
Yeah.
Hmm.
19.
Oof.
I like moving that quick. It's like
Clean,
Ooh.
clean.
I mean, I got.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that means
Okay.
That's the
nothing
kobold
yet.
for you.
So 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 20 is the plain and simple. 20 was the DC here. Which means you guys passed. You guys got it. Uh, and we will go from the perspective of the person who rolled the highest. So I believe that's D's. As you can see the person trying to shimmy their way uh to the window, you just grab them and hold them in place. And at first when you're grabbing them, you think you're grabbing like a normal sized person, but you realize that they're a lot shorter than a normal sized person. So you actually like aim down and realize you're grabbing someone a lot shorter than you.
Oh my god.
Your people, Elsis?
I don't know. I'm on my way, somewhere else.
They're still invisible.
So
Like you
as
don't know who they are.
so I grapple them. Am I allowed to do anything else? Because I want to pour
You
oil on them so I can see them.
You got oil?
Interesting. Okay, so we're out of the skills check. You guys fucking slammed that. You guys did very well. Expect some more of those later. Because
That was
I
fun.
just love
I
skills.
enjoyed that.
I love skills challenges. Um, you're gonna pour oil.
Yeah, I want to pour
Hold on.
oil on them so like I can see what they look like, kind of.
Hold on.
You know
Uh,
the cartoons. I don't know how magic works.
I got
I
this.
love that perspective. I love that perspective. By the way, just I don't fucking know what magic works. Pour liquid on them and let's see what comes out of it. You dumb bitch. Like,
Hold on.
it's kind of what I'm feeling like right now.
Yeah, I'm like
Facts. I hey, I feel that, but
still
hold on.
doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it.
Oh, okay. As you're so as you're doing after, I'm like, yo, bro, chill. Mysterious person. Why are you running in such a wondrous temple as this?
Okay, so you're asking that, and as like the oil gets kind of dumped, it reveals like a very like vague kind of face of a halfling woman.
See, that was helpful.
Yeah.
Did the rest of us catch up yet?
Yeah, you guys are there. You guys are there. We're out of fake D&D turn-based combat kind of
Um,
stuff.
I'm
Fake encounter.
I'm gonna ask,
Yeah.
what's your name?
Give me 1 second. I know her name, but
I thought you
just
were being rude on purpose. Like, I will not
I'm
tell you.
just
I'm your mother.
I'm just looking up invisibility to make sure I have all correct for this. Okay. So they're like this for an hour. Copy. Um, she says, "My name is Kia."
Why are you running, Kia?
And I think this would be a fun time.
Oh, I gotta take out one of my oils.
Um, to report what you were talking about.
To who?
Kind of smugly. The High Curator.
Are you a Kobold Soul member?
Clearly is.
Why? What does he want to know? Like, why does he want to know what we're researching?
I only answer to the High Curator.
Not anymore. Cast command.
Oh, that I. Mm,
Okay.
mm,
It's a
I guess.
Someone used made her a zombie.
I guess.
What's the DC? Does a 15 beat at you?
fuck. I'm never going to fucking be able to cast a spell. I swear to God.
One day. As
Um,
this is happening, can I tie a rope around her?
Yeah, absolutely. She's
Okay,
not
I'm gonna do
resisting.
that. I know, but I put oil on her and I'm holding her, so I feel like she's gonna slide out my hand. I watch enough cartoons to realize what might happen.
Cartoons
You're
are
never gonna catch
tiny
me.
little plays.
Hold.
You're never gonna catch me.
Oh, just put some rope around her just in case.
Okay. So you only answer to the high curator. Hmm. What about what we were speaking on? Actually, how much you hear?
I only answer to the High Curator.
I'm the high curator. Uh, I go like this, like a
Ma'am,
mustache.
ma'am, is that correct?
That's
I
correct.
only answer to the high curator. Oh, okay. So that is correct. Great. We're answering questions here. I'd love to hear it. Um, you see this man right here? I pointed at Navi.
I know who he is.
He works for you, or he works with you. I don't. I don't have time for this shit. Either you tell me, or and I put it right to the back of her head, or we get messy. Let's go down with the answers here.
Right then
If
and
you want to
there,
only answer the high curator, I'll pull this trigger right here and now.
as soon as he
You go ahead.
finishes, I cast detect thoughts.
Okay. All right.
It just
I
got
love
real.
this. I love this. This got very real, and I fucking adore it. First of all, give me an intimidation check.
Oh,
Mhm.
That's first of all. Second
Well,
of all,
she ain't intimidated.
Navi, you are immediate. What did you get?
12.
Okay, no good. Um,
Yeah.
as soon as you detect thoughts, you're like, aha, I fucking got you, bitch. But not really. Um, you're immediately met with frustration as the thoughts that you're hearing are, boy, do I have to do groceries tomorrow. Boy, do I have to take out the dog when I get home. Damn, having such a lovely day.
this person's trained.
Say if that's I was like that's easy. The just have Monday thoughts is the easy way to. Why haven't anyone done this before?
Nah, it's a lot deeper than that. It's like someone who's had this spell cast on them repeatedly in
Mhm.
order to know how to break that signal.
That's what
Oh.
I thought. Now just turn back. She's been trained. Can't get anything out of her. At least not right now.
Unless you want to peer into the darkness.
No, I'll leave
What?
that one.
You choose now? What the fuck?
Yeah,
On a
I
total
choose.
stranger.
Yes, I
See what I
choose.
did?
I choose not to make the High Curator an enemy.
See
All
what
right,
I
then
did?
I guess it's me. Wow.
Whoa! Shoot.
I just sit there like, damn.
You shoot,
I,
and
I say, all right, then I guess it's me.
give me damage. Don't even roll an attack. You hit. Give me damage, and it's a crit. So, just roll an extra
Oh,
whatever damage die you have, and we'll add the max damage that you can do to it.
I hope
okay.
you just, went to the left, maybe.
No, no. Everyone's going down now.
So, that I rolled a 7 on the extra d10, so that's 10 because it goes +3, and I rolled 6, so this 16.
Okay. All right. How do I put this?
Good thing I'm creating a revolution because we're gonna need it now.
um, you shoot this woman and blow the back of her head out. And as she falls to the ground, invisibility gone because she can no longer hold it as she's no longer with us.
Oh, I was like, maybe she survived. Guess not.
Hits the
James,
floor.
James, why?
And soon after she hits the floor, her form of a halfling woman breaks.
This big was lying.
And what's left there is more of a kind of gray monstrous creature. I need I need nature checks from people. Dick gets advantage.
Not me, said the flea.
Almost a 19
I'm just
versus
gonna just give up.
lowly 3.
I'm gonna just give up on this session.
I'm
You just
going.
not
I'm use Portland and give myself a dirty 20.
okay.
Oh, okay.
30-20. Okay. Um you're
Okay.
aware. You're aware. What do you get?
I got a 12.
Okay. So you're aware that one of the like the the type of change shape change that we've been focusing on have mostly been changelings. But they're not the only ones out there. This here is a doppelganger.
Oh, shiznay.
And you
Never
know
heard
that when a doppelganger takes the form of somebody, they can steal their memories to perfectly and capture their image.
I
This
didn't catch.
you didn't I would say if Navi starts explaining it, you catch that immediately. You would know this. It's probably just escaped your mind for the moment, but you absolutely know about this. Especially for someone like Dick who was like obsessing over like who and what he is when he in his youth. This would have definitely been something you would have looked into to a certain extent. So there is like this collaboration of information where like Navi's figuring it out and Dick is like, yeah, I know something about that kind of thing. And them together are kind of figuring this out. And
Yep.
it's just like, so what you do know from this is that there is someone named Kia that works for the Kobold Soul, but this ain't him.
Regardless, I just shot somebody in a temple.
In my temple.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and
What?
get out of the fucking window. I am out of here.
Uh, the the sound of the gunshot, right, echoes through the temple as the acoustics happen to be fucking fantastic here. And people, monks, and like people of all kind of in the hierarchy come up to kind of see what's going on. They see the body, and uh, you see Desand, who is at the front desk, has come up as well. He's like, "What the hell is going on up here?
You tell me how you let this person in here.
What are you talking about?"
And
He's
I
like,
just
"Oh,
stay
what the,
like this, just staring at him, not saying anything else after that.
the fuck is?"
I'm just staying quiet, and I look sad.
Why are you looking sad for these enemies?
I mean, I just want to know why he did it in the first place. I
What
mean,
you mean?
what if that wasn't? Okay, this is not the time. This is not the place.
I'm still standing in my pose like,
So I'm going to explain what happened from then to right before he jumped out.
This is what I wanted.
How does? And you said it took the form of a
Of
halfling one?
of
That's-
Kia.
Yeah.
Yes, the high curator's assistant.
Where is Kia then?
That's a question that needs to be answered as well. We need to make sure that she's okay. We need to send somebody to her residence. We need to let the high curator know about this. We need to know everything.
He looks back. He looks back at like a couple of the monks. He's like, "Go take a look at her place." And he starts like directing traffic. And there are other archivists here that are kind of like trying to calm down because, as I said, there's still the public inside of this place while this is going on. Trying to calm, like, hey, we're gonna close up shop for today. You guys will guys will get refunds. And, you guys can come back at a later time. We are closed. We're gonna do it. And you could tell people were just like leading others out. Well, someone's like, "What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, I knew the Cobalt Soul wasn't that great. I love the service assembly, shit like that." Um, is what you hear on your way out. On your way out. Like usual dumb people shit when they're leaving. They make like real blanket statements for no reason. It's like, oh my god, they're so violent here.
Like you didn't even see anything.
Oh my god, I'm gonna tell. I saw it. I was there the whole time.
They have
I was there the whole time.
Fire.
Is there like a scroll detailing the?
Yeah, the whole time. That half orc man was really out to get him. I didn't think he really needed a reason to shoot her. Jeez.
Fuck.
So, did I actually fall out a window, or did everybody just see me do this and we were all just standing there?
What do you say?
Did I actually cast invisibility on myself and jump out that window, which would constitute fall damage, or was I standing there for?
Oh, you definitely had enough time to jump out the fucking window.
Okay.
You
So, I
absolutely
just
had
wanna
enough damage. Yeah, just freaked out. Just said.
He's running out. Fuck 12.
Fuck the ops. Then that half orc man just disappeared. Why are they letting people run around with guns like that? Oh my god! I thought only the military had those. They're so sketch.
Why would you need to run if you're invisible? I don't know how magic works.
So you'll take we'll just say you take 10 points of fall damage. How about that? You jumped out like 30 feet down. Yeah.
You had rope. You had time. You could have just been
He
invisible.
freaked out. Or maybe he didn't freak out. He was just more about survival.
Listen, if there's one thing I understand about the world, you don't blame people in a hospital, you don't blame people in a church, and you don't blame people in a library. And I did 2 out of those 3 things all at once. So I'm just,
What if it turned out even more tragic and killed an actual Kobold soul member?
Then he had a real reason to jump because he fucked up.
Yeah.
The assistant of the high curator that
No, but that was
You should
that was
answer
a
our
real,
questions.
that was a real gamble. And what if the next time it really fucks us over and turns us all into fucking fugitives?
This is
I
a
would've
conversation.
done that.
This is a
I
conversation we
would've-
can have later.
I would have
Hey,
rubbed it in
man.
your face. I would have rubbed it in your face. You see, the
Listen.
revolution of the exploding kobolds. They rise
And I
up.
quote, I had enough of this bullshit and I did what I needed to do. So I don't
Sounding
care
like
if
Nabi right
anything-
there. Sounding like
So I
Nabi.
executed the high
Sounding like,
curator's
so
assistant.
does this mean you agree with him? Damn.
Hey,
Oh, I was
Um,
Team Navi to begin with, so.
hey,
hmm.
I
Huh?
I understand it.
I will say in the meantime, while this is happening, Deez, can you give me an investigation check?
Oh my god.
You're the only person that had hands on this person before they
17.
die. Okay.
And
What
that's
did
what
you
no assistant.
see? What did you feel?
As you have a lot of street smarts, not usually intelligent in terms of like raw academics, but very street smart. And the second that all these archivists pop up, you're not going to have a chance to look through because this person is wearing clothes, all right? They're naked. You're not going to get a chance to look through. So while you're still like hovering over the body because they still have your rope around them, you start quickly like digging into pockets, like still looking up at everybody to make sure that they don't understand what's going on. You don't feel much, but there's like a little like book that you have, and look at it and you pocket it in the middle of this conversation. So I will say that has happened while this conversation has gone down in the midst of the chaos. You have a book that you have not looked at yet. And as everything kind of calms down, we're going to switch back over to Leviticus. And after this, we're going to close the session. So
I say all,
Leviticus.
but I really want to see.
Yeah. So Leviticus. um, when they throw the elven man into the cell, he is unconscious.
I'm gonna look at Donovan and just go, see? Treat us like trash. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's out cold.
He's like rocking back and forth in the seat. He's like, if they do that to one more of us, they don't want to know what's gonna happen to him.
Us, Donovan. Yes, us. We're in this together.
I'm
I'm gonna walk over to the elven man and just lift him up by his arms.
When you like go to grab him, like instant reflex, he grabs your arm.
My God. Good, you're still awake. I'm gonna grab him up by the back of his head, the back of his hair, and just lift his head up. Are you okay, sir?
I'm okay.
All right.
Where am I?
You're in jail, friend. I was like, what shit? Like, what shape is he in? Like, is he beat up? Like, he's unconscious, obviously.
Yeah,
was.
he's looked like he's had a rough go at things. Like they didn't really care to be any kind of gentle. Like you didn't get abused on your way here, but he certainly did.
He didn't have Talos and Jim with him.
No, definitely didn't have him with him. You don't get the idea that Talos was abusive. He's just probably too up. He's like too by the book for you.
You poor soul. Come with me. We'll get you set up good and proper. I'm gonna look at Donovan. Donovan, clear the bench. We need to place this man down.
You place him down. He's just like muttering to himself, I need to get out of here.
You will get out of here, my friend. You will. What are you in here for?
Murder.
Murder. Yes. That's what we need. I'm gonna look down at Donovan. The first one.
I didn't do anything, man. What are you talking about? Rocks back and forth. I didn't do it. They deserved it. They deserved it.
Yes, Donovan. Yeah. Donovan, look at me. Look at me. I don't know what you did, but they did deserve it. All right? Look at me.
I'm just
they
so
were
glad.
asking for it.
You're the first one to ever believe anything I said in my life.
Because you, guess what? You're my brother, Donovan. All right?
Brother?
You're battle buddy now. All right. You, Elvin man, what's your name?
As soon as you like put him on the bench, he like falls out again after muttering.
Oh my God. I'm gonna just scoop him back into the bench.
You like don't have the resources here to like heal him or anything.
I know, but still, like, it's better than just leaving him out on the floor. We're trying to build up our reputation.
Yeah. I was like, it's while you're in there for a few hours, you kind of like see because this takes them a long time to wake up. So like as we're like passing the timers, like you and Donovan.
Oh yeah. Over the passing hours. His name's like Trey or something, right?
Yeah, it says Treya on it.
Right, so
clearly in bold letters. It's just Treya. And he's
over,
just like,
over the few hours of waiting for Elvin guy to wake up, I'm gonna go, all right, Donovan, here's the plan. They want you here more than they want me here. All right, because they don't want me. Look at me. I'm non-human. Segregation.
I want you. You're a good person.
Exactly, but they don't.
I don't know why.
We're gonna change that. The free people of Exandria will be free. The true meaning of equality will be ours. We will rise up, crush the monarchy, and bring forth a new hope for the empire of Exandria.
I've been thinking about it, right? I've been really thinking about this for a while.
Yes.
If we want a revolution, we're gonna need to get more people from here.
I'm gonna point at the Elven man. Exactly. We need more like him.
Yeah, but we're gonna need like a lot of people.
I know. Exactly.
And if we do that, then and if we get that, like you're gonna need to be in here longer. So there's a guard that rotates every time. Kill him. Be in here longer with us.
What's his name? What's he look like?
He's just he's like this like overweight.
This is a cult.
Like this overweight like halfling man who continuously like circles the place. He looks like what you would think a corrections officer would look like, and he's just like, just kill him. Extend your stay here, and we'll get the revolution done right. We can't rush it. It can't be done in a day.
Exactly, we can't rush it.
This is the only plan. Please don't leave me.
Look at me, my friend. If I kill him, they execute me. Right? If it was you, they'd put you in for longer. But if it was me, they just execute me. They don't want.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that.
They're on a murder sword. They kill me.
Nah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Back to the
They wouldn't. I wouldn't let them.
Exactly, which is why I trust you. Trust you with my life. You're my battle buddy. We're here until the end, ride or die. Which is why we need to build up our strength before we make any big moves, all right? We need to recruit him. And then when we recruit him, I need you and him to get in there. And I'm going to point towards, like, I don't know, the yard or whatever, if I can see it.
Yeah. You don't see it, but you know where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to need you to go to there. I need you to gather up more people. More people like him, like you, like me. We will rise up in strength and we will crush. We will start here, then we will go to, I'm going to point to a random building. We will go there, that building where we are. Then we'll go there, that building where we are. And we'll go there, that building where we are. We will stretch to every corner of Rexingtrum. And then when we're done with Rexingtrum, Zadash, Huppaduke, Eurosa, all of it will be ours. Great revolution of the Kobold souls. My friend, listen to me well. We will rise up. We will show them what it means to be on our level. We will show them what it means. We will tear them down, bring them down to us. We will crush them.
This is all their fault.
Exactly.
We fell through the cracks of society.
They throw us down in the trash and expect us to just live like this.
We're
No more.
not at fault. What they have coming to them is what they did.
Exactly.
Time for them to reap what they sowed.
Exactly. Do you understand your mission, Donovan?
Yeah, I understand my mission.
Good. I will be back for you, my friend. I promise you.
Don't leave me. What do you mean be back?
Listen.
You're gonna leave me?
Listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me. I'm gonna slap him. Look at me.
Ah!
I will not leave you. But we will go out there. Once my prison stay is over, I will come back for you. How do you know how much your bail, I don't know, what's it called?
Bail?
Yeah, how much your bail is?
Or the fine is?
Yeah, how much is your bail? How much is your fine, Donovan?
I don't know.
You don't know. When did you get locked up?
I don't know.
My God, what have they done to you? They won't even tell you what your fine is, how long you've been here. My God, you could have already been here for a year. Could have been 2 years. They keep saying, oh, you'll be here for a year. Nah, not today. Not
Are you
now.
saying I've been here for 2 years? Are you saying I could leave?
No, I'm not saying you could leave.
I can leave?
We need you here, Donovan.
Like you can see him just run up to the bars. He said I could leave, motherfucker! Come get me out!
Exactly. I'm gonna join him on the bars. He's been here for too long.
Yeah.
He deserves his right to speak.
No one pays attention to you.
See, I'm gonna grab him roughly by the shirt. Look at them, Donovan. You're nothing to them. Not even human. They won't even listen to you. Listen to me. No.
From the back, the guy on the bed is just like, yo, could you quiet down just a little bit?
Not today, whoever you are. Oh, wait, you're awake. My God. What's your name?
He falls asleep again.
And my God. We'll get to him tomorrow, okay?
We'll figure it out.
You understand your mission, Donovan?
We'll figure it out. No, my mission is to get him awake. You want him awake? I'll get him awake.
Yes, get him awake. Wake him up. Slap him around.
Okay. Look away.
What?
Look away.
No, Donovan. I'm gonna grab him and just hold him up. Donovan, listen to me. He is our ally. He is our battle buddy now.
I'm only using the skills I have. I would have more skills if it wasn't for society.
Exactly. All right. I'm gonna put him down. Let me handle this. Let me teach you the skills that you need to know to grow up, to rise the ranks in the Kobold soul.
Yeah. You see him
the exploding Kobolds.
You see him like slowly put a shank back into his pants.
See, look, you're already learning. You're already learning. All right, watch and learn, Donovan. If you need someone to wake up and they refuse to, watch me. I'm gonna grab the elf guy by the shirt, rip him towards me. Wake up!
When you slap him the first time, like you're holding him up.
Yeah.
When you slap him the first time, like his eyes bolt open, he starts choking you.
Choking me? How big is this guy?
He's just an elf dude. He's just trying to choke you. He's weak. I'm not saying he's successful at it, but that's what he's doing.
You see, Donovan, not all of our battle buddies are going to be as sane as you and me. Okay, it's gonna be like this. which is why we need to
Fuck
show
are you
them.
talking about? He's like trying to dig his nails into your skin and everything. He got some strength to him, but you could tell he's just beat up.
All right, look at me. I'm gonna look at the elf guy. Look at me. Look at me. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. And I'm gonna start shaking him harder and harder. Just calm down.
He's like, after a while he kind of just calms down. So you're like shaking like a plank in your hand because he's just like, fuck it. He's kind of
See, Donovan,
accepted.
it works. It works most of the time. Now, what's your name?
Nas.
Nas. Guess what, Nas? They dragged you in here unconscious and beaten half to death and just threw you on the ground like trash. You woke up on that bench because of me. I put you there. Me and my friend Donovan, my battle buddy, we put you there. We nursed you back to perfect health. Look at you. You're fine.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Exactly what we need, crazy. We need people like you. We're going to rise up. We are going to show them that we are not trash. Because you're an elf. They obviously treat you better than me. But if they had to choose between you or him, and I'm going to point to the halfling guard outside, they choose him. You know why? Because he's not poor. Huh? He hasn't fought to survive, fighting for every scrap of food. I mean, look at you. How skinny is he?
He's pretty fucking built.
Look at you. Look at how much you've had to hone your body. But look at him. Look at the halfling. Look at how fat he is. Instead they give him the job. You know why? Do you know why, Nas? I said, do you know why?
Put me down.
Because he isn't you. He isn't your status. Huh? Look at the king, the old man. You think he's fit to rule? How old's the king?
He's like almost 70. 68 is his age.
Almost 70. You seen how old the king is? You think he's fit to rule an empire, not even a kingdom, an empire at war with a bunch of savages like me?
So we're in Rexentrum.
Yes, we are.
I have to get out of here. I have to break out
Yes, you do.
tonight.
How long are you going to be here? Huh? Exactly. How long are you going to be here?
I'm not exactly sure. They had murdered a person and then broke out of the last prison I was in.
Exactly. We could use your skill set. You could be our teacher to the coming revolution, the coming republic. We will rise up. We will show them just how much power we have.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with what you got going on. I just want to get out.
Ooh.
Then you will be cast aside.
No, he has a backstory.
He is a coward. He is a defeatist. He is a coward. He is a traitor. He is a defeatist. He must be made an example of. Do your thing.
Yeah. I think he's gonna look over at Treya and it's gonna be like, I heard you talking about wanting to kill people. Can you kill a guard? He's like, I can kill the guard. I can kill him.
This is Donovan saying he can kill the
guard?
guard?
Yeah. He's like, I can kill him.
Donovan, look at me.
The guard.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm gonna grab him by each side. Look at me. Look at me. He's manipulating you. He's using his false promises to get you on his side. He's using nothing but bluster. Nothing but foam words. Complete malarkey.
And when you say that, he looks at old Donnie and says, if you kill the guard that passes by, I could get you out of here tonight.
He'll get you out of here tonight, and he will abandon you as for the first chance he gets. He will abandon you, and you will be back here without me, without your brother.
I can get you both out.
I'm just gonna snap with, you know what?
Kill the guard, and all three of us go out tonight.
Insight.
Roll insight.
Ooh, let's go. 21, 19 plus 2.
He's dead ass.
He's-
He's dead ass. He is fucking confident that what he's saying is the truth.
Okay.
I don't even care which one you
Donovan.
kill. Pick one. Pick the easiest one to kill. I'll take care of the rest. We'll all get out of here tonight.
All right, Donovan, who here among the guard have mistreated you the most?
The guards don't really talk to me. They kind of throw me my
They treat
food.
you like trash.
Yeah, that's well
They
established.
throw food at you. Don't even give it to you like a proper person. They throw it to you like a dog.
Well, yeah, they see me laying on the bench looking up at the sun, and then they throw it at my eyes.
At your eyes, my God.
Yeah.
You're gonna let him just treat you like this? Exactly.
Well, what
I'm
am
gonna
I?
look at-
What else? Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna look
I
at
think-
the halfling.
Oh, the halfling guard who's just like walking around, got a gun on his waist, looking real lucky.
All right, how far away is he?
From you, past the bars, about 20 feet.
Like he's walking around like a circle, right? How close?
Yeah.
What's the
Like,
closest he'll be?
the closest he'll get to like 15 feet of you. Like you'll have to like corral him to get him near you.
Nice. Look at me. All right, Donovan, come with me. Nas, get over here. We are now going to be the first honorary members of the revolution of the exploding kobolds. So here's the plan. Our first decisive action against this corrupt government. Here's what we're gonna do. Donovan, you're an amazing man. Your acting skills impeccable. I can tell. Almost too impeccable, which is amazing. Nas, you can handle a knife. You can handle taking a stab, right?
Kill the guard.
Can you handle taking a stab one? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't plan on getting stabbed. Just kill the guard. I need to get out of here.
You're gonna have to get stabbed if you want us to get out of here.
He's just looking at you. He's like, "Who's gonna stab me?"
Donovan, knife. I'm gonna hold out my hand.
He hands you the knife.
All right, what's the quality of the knife? Like, what type? Is it like
Fucking-
a shear?
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
Like a broken nail wrapped around like sheets?
Yeah, it's really trash. Like it's kind of garbage.
All right, this might give you rust lung. This might give you infection, but it will be well worth it. Trust me. Wait, hang on. If I stab him, what shape is he in? If I stab him, will it like kill him?
You don't know.
All right, change of plan. I have max HP, so I am willing to do or die for the cause. Donovan, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab his hand, put the knife in it, and just hold it. I need you to trust me with this one, brother. I need you to stab me. Right here. I'm gonna just angle it towards my stomach. Right here. And Nas, how good are you at acting?
The best you can find.
Best you can find. That's exactly what we need. All right. I need you and Donovan to act like you're jumping me. That'll coerce the guard to go over here. And that's when I grab his gun, pop him in the mouth, grab the keys, and we do your plan. We're out.
Sure. If you can get the guard into this room, you pretty much have it done. Like,
All right. Do you understand the mission, Donovan? Your first mission as an honorary member of the Exploding Kobolds. This is it, my friend.
I'm gonna mess it up. I'm gonna mess it up.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna mess
You
it
have
up.
the easiest job out. You have the easiest job out of all of us. Look
What's
at me.
my job?
Look at
What's
me.
my job again? What's my job again?
I need you to stab me. Just right here. Just,
boss, I can't do that. I can't stab you.
I'll do it for
man.
you.
Oh man,
I'll do it for
you're
you.
the one person in the world I'd never stab. I can't.
Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and think happy thoughts. I'll do it for you.
I mean, all right. My happy thoughts is stabbing the guard. So I'll think about stabbing the.
Yep, that's what we'll do. Just think that. Just think that you'll get to stab him when he's dead.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right.
You okay? Yeah. So you want me to stab you now?
Not now. Give me a second. Nas, position yourself. All right. So if I get stabbed by Donovan, the guard's gonna have to enter to break it up, right?
Yeah.
All right, Donovan. I mean, not Donovan. Naz, position yourself by the door.
Nas like nonchalantly just like leans at the door. He's just like not into this at all.
All right, Donovan, close your eyes. It'll be okay.
All right, boss. All right, boss. It'll be okay. You said it'll be okay.
It'll be okay.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Trust me? Do you trust me?
I trust you more than I trust myself.
Exactly. All right. Are you ready? On the count of 3.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3.
And he stabs you, and like he stabs you, he's like, think happy thoughts, and he stabs you, and he's like, you fucking halfling, and he stabs you again, and he stabs you again, and he stabs you again, and you're just getting the shit's like you. It is bad. It's like the ending of Scream. Like, how much you getting stabbed? He's like, think happy thought, and like you think it's a game. But like Nas actually has to jump on this dude to get him off of you as the guard like runs in. And he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Hey, everybody stand back. Everybody stand back. I need to roll some damage for what you took.
There's a lot of shots and jabs have been taken today.
We have not left this man alone for a full 24 hours.
You're gonna take 10 points of damage altogether.
Take that.
Yeah, as repeated. It's a shitty weapon, so the damage isn't high. But I will say you're also poisoned. Like,
of course.
My man got tetanus.
Under the poison condition right now as well. He's like, I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. And like the guard kind of like hits Donovan over the head and knocks him out clean. And like you see
9.
and you see Nas from the back just break this dude's neck.
Yes, Nas. Good job. Donovan. Brother, no. My God. What condition is he in?
Donovan? Unconscious. Yeah. Unconscious.
Is he like how much is he okay? Like is he just knocked out?
He's just knocked out. Yeah. Okay. The guard is super dead.
All right. Take his stuff. I'm gonna loot him. His gun, nah. And he like knives or stuff. Nah.
And you can see there's like a look of regret on Nas's face. He didn't want to do that, but kind of had to.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills, Nas. All right.
Yeah, and you can see he's like you can see it was very deliberate that he wanted to do something that didn't leave much of a mark, because he's like stripping this guy's clothes down, and like he's shoving him like under the bed. He's a halfling. He's very easy to put. He's just.
I'm gonna grab a knife and just toss it to Nas.
Takes the knife. Takes everything that's going on. With all this, there is commotion. Like there are like other guards running down, and like as you're looking to the other way to the guards, and you look back, to Nas, like he's wearing the clothes of the guard, and he looks exactly like the guard.
All right, Nas.
And he goes,
here's the next step of our master plan. I need you to act like you're taking us into custody. All right, look at me. I've been stabbed multiple times. Take me
as the
infirmary.
As the halfling looks back at you now.
Halfling? Huh?
Yeah, he looks identical to the guard right now. And he goes, I'll take it from here. and when he says it, he sounds exactly like the guard did. So when the guards come, he's like, "It's a false alarm. Don't worry. They're just messing around a little bit. Like you don't have to worry about that. But I'm gonna take them to the corrections, take them to the place. We're gonna discipline them a little bit." And the guards just like, "What the fuck is going on?" It's, take this guy, take this guy. He's stabbing. He takes Donovan unconscious. He's like, he needs to be in solitary. He's stabbing our. I gotta take him to the infirmary because he's hurt now. And like he kind of like puts you in handcuffs. He's just like play along, and, and he figures you're still like bleeding out. He's like, yeah,
That man,
yeah,
he's insane.
yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. So we'll do that. Don't worry. You just nothing to worry about here. He closes the he closes the cell door behind him. He's like, you just continue on, guys, continue on. And as he does that, like you could see that um, Nas is like handcuffing you and escorting you, and he's like precisely dodging like the eyes of all the people who are here, and eventually like he gets you out through like a back entrance, like, through it with him, like as you like swerve through the entirety. As the ironic part of this is that you and Nas get out and Donovan is still locked in there,
No.
and he goes, "Okay,
Yeah, I'm done.
all right." And he starts going, "All right, hopefully I never see you again. I gotta go."
We will meet again. We will meet again.
You're in like this random part of Rexentrum now, where he just leaves you. You did not need to, to break out at all, but he's there, and very interesting kind of guy. Like just a little bit of like what you saw while he was doing this. It seemed like he had like cuts on his tongue while he was talking to you initially, as like the elven form, as if like he almost looked like he swallowed a razor blade. It kind of looks like that's how cut up his tongue was a little bit. But for some reason, when he changed it to the halfling, because that's exactly what happened. I can't even beat around the bush. It's exactly what happened. Um, all that went away. It's like a perfect transformation, and he's just like, yeah, I gotta go. He still looks identical to the guard, and he's just like, I gotta go home.
All right. We will meet again, Nas.
I
And we
hope
will
not.
break Donovan out of there.
I'm not. That guy is
yeah.
crazy.
First off, where's my gear?
I will say that you gave your gear to the crew before they took you.
Let's go.
So your gear. So in this very weird ending to this story, this mysterious motherfucker who just walks off. Now, I'll ask you to do an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Oh God.
Just straight up intelligence, and we'll
Straight
see if you could get
intelligence.
you see if you could get something out of this. If you could try to figure out exactly what the fuck you just saw.
How do I? Oh, okay. Yeah, 13.
That's not so bad. It's not so bad. Especially for you. Boy, does that remind you of Dick.
I have my suspicions. Anyway, random part of Rexington. I'm just gonna dip into an alleyway.
And as you dip into the alleyway for the night, we're going to close off the session right there as we have hit our 10 o'clock mark exactly. So,
Why did you follow him?
Why would he?
yeah. And yes, Izzy, he has an entire backstory. That was
Yeah.
not it.
You know what I find super ironic? We were running around, and I said at least on 2 occasions, "What are we doing here? We should be doing something more important." Ironically, to my hunch, that guy real important, and he just kind
Yeah.
of la la la.
So
Vega
he will
just
come.
dead walked off on the plug. I'm
He will
real
come
sick
back
right
when
now.
the time is right. When the time is right, James. When the time is right.
Vega walked off on the plug. I'm
I
sick.
could watch a whole series of just Leviticus going to jail.
Honestly,
Oh
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Also, I
We
took the
need
It,
guard's
we
it,
need a
it,
gun,
mini series of
so
that
I
at
now
least.
have a firearm on me.
it
Let's
gotta
go. I
be
can do all that.
animated
That's
series.
true, yeah.
I'm gonna just start heading in the decorate direction of the revealing clarinet. Pistol out.
I'm
Let's
weak.
go.
I was
Wait,
also saying to myself, I was like, yo, bro, I hope that I don't get caught for shooting that doppelganger in the midst of that library. Because if I get in there with those two chuckle fucks, I'm going to murder everybody. You are
I'll
never
take
going to see me
I'll take
again.
full credit for it.
I am killing everybody.
Yo, that shit was fucking great. I just couldn't even laugh anymore. I
I'm
could
happy
like
to
I
have my
like
muted.
I am exhausted. Yeah, fucking exhausted me.
hey man, it's good to have a good dance partner. I'll just say
Uh,
that. So I could be very random and I get it back.
well, with all that hilarity that ensued, everybody
Yeah.
who joined us, everybody who will see the video in the future, thank you for joining. Thank you
God.
for watching. Please subscribe, turn on notifications if you can. It really goes a long way.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few weeks. Busy lives, busy times, but we're here when we can
Hey,
be
y'all,
and
January of 2024.
yeah, and we'll keep being here because
This is what we like doing.
this is the shit right here.
Like
So
GTA 6 is going to be out before a week. Go on to the next session.
pretty
I
much.
did not realize how close. That's only 1 week.
Yep.
Okay.
So take it easy, everybody.